Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Umineko playthrough. What I am really interested in today is learning about everything regarding Yasuda. Obviously, I mean, that is going to be the main focus of today, and oh my god, I'm really excited just to see everything regarding how the story actually falls apart, i.e. how it turns bad. You know, Battler's probably got some involvement. I mean, obviously not intentionally, but yeah, still, whatever he did, I think a knock-on effect was, you know, the story turning really bad. I don't know though. But yeah, also, I find it really quite ironic that yesterday we saw, you know, the part where Yasuda is actually being deluded by the illusion of the witch and thus believes a Beatrice to be there who is actually completely hiding all of her tools. And I don't know whether that was just a complete piece of imagination or if that was based on somebody who actually was there, i.e. a servant who was trying to be a dickhead. And, I mean, that kind of would explain the positioning of the broom, you know, the fact that it was just outside the door. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, but, yeah, I think it's more likely that it was a servant. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, because which servant actually sounds like Gap, though? Like, that's just the part that's kind of inconsistent. I mean, if it is a servant, then why isn't it somebody that, oh, I don't really know. Why isn't it somebody that Yasuda has really heard before? Yeah, why did Yasuda not recognize the voice of it? Then again, I suppose if it was, you know, disguised to be a witch, then maybe it could be the same voice, but she'd be so fixated on the fact that it was a witch's voice that, you know, she didn't actually recognize that it was the voice of one of her fellow colleagues. But I think that's just very unlikely. I mean, that's likely for Maria, but not likely for Yasuda. Anyway, it's just ironic that she was the one being deluded, and then now she is the one helping in, or actually fully doing, the deluding. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Not only was Yasu slow-witted, that kid also lost stuff all the time. Yeah, that kid is also probably under 10 years old. Of course they're going to be slow-witted. God, look at her eyes. I find it really quite funny to think that the 7 Sects of Purgatory, when in their human form, they are complete assholes. But even so, Yasu always had this look, like someone else had taken whatever it was away. Oh yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, it really pissed me off. That kid just doesn't know how to concentrate. That's horrible. If you always act in that dreamy way without thinking, it's no surprise that you'll do bad work. Oh, that's interesting, but it was only like that in the beginning, right? Oh, I see. Yeah, but then again, I mean, this is what happens when you grow up. You learn to, you know, obviously conquer the mistakes that made you seem really bad, and then you overcome all of the things that were making you seem really bad. Yeah, but it was only like that in the beginning, right? After some time, that kid started concentrating, and all of that bad stuff stopped happening. Really? What? Oh, come on! God, you always have to wait. You always have a way to come back, you know, with just the most cruel, you know, thing to say, really. Really? Well, it was all stuff that anyone should be able to do anyway. God. But yeah, seriously though, yeah, that's good. I mean, it may have been something that, you know, everyone does, but it's still their job. If these things that everyone knows how to do aren't done, then your job and your life is going to be made a lot harder. Yeah, learning to do things that everyone can do as a part of growing up. Yeah. Oh yeah, seriously, yeah, they're being totally unfair. Yeah, I doubt the rest of you were so clever about everything when you first started, yes? Are you kidding? Yeah, I can totally see why that would spark jealousy. Damn, yeah, if we weren't clever, we'd never have been selected to work for the Ushidomiya family. Yeah, fair. Yeah, we're supposed to be the elite. Nah. Yeah, we're supposed to be the elite. The fact that Yasu was young was no excuse. Then again, if what Yasuda actually did was made it so that it seemed as if she was really young, you know, just because of the fact that she knew she was young, she thought she could get away with so much more. So, as a result of that, she subconsciously relaxed more, and she didn't take her job as seriously because of the fact that, you know, her being young would give her an excuse to get away with it. That's right.
ヤスが成長とともに要領を覚えるなら、成長してから後宮家へ来ればよかっただけの話。
Yeah, no. God, yeah, isn't it just really interesting to think about the actual story of Yasuda? By the way, what I find really interesting is that Beatrice is above all of the 7 sects of purgatory in terms of status. I think Yasuda is actually going to find out the story of her birth because of the fact that, you know, the illusionary version makes it so that Beatrice literally controls all of these pieces of furniture. Yeah, that's right. If Yasuda is supposed to learn cleverness by growing up, then that should have been done before coming to work for the Ushidomiyos. Yeah, that's cruel. Yeah, that too. Yeah, total downplay of effort. Yeah, come on. That kid worked really hard to balance school and work. Same. Yeah, I think you're all being too harsh. I mean, it does make sense that they're obviously really quite annoyed about the fact that somebody has been selected for free, even though these people have been selected through really, really difficult and intensive processes. But at the same time, I mean, I think it's just still unfair. Like, it doesn't really matter how someone was selected. But then again, I can understand why they would have a grudge, but I still don't think it's fair to take it out on that person because of it. Yeah, we were selected because we made it through a harsh process, right? Like, think this all you want, but don't take it out on another person. It's not their fault for being selected. Yeah, there's no need for us to pamper Yasu. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sick of this. Yeah, I know. Well, if you ever found out... Yeah, I'm sick of this. I don't get why someone as dull-witted as Yasu was chosen. Oh god, I love the fact that Natsuhi was always talking about the honour of the Ushidomiya family. Yeah. Yasuda is the reason what Natsuhi was fighting for, i.e. the honour of the Ushidomiya family, is complete nonsense. Yeah, being selected as an Ushidomiya family servant was an achievement that all Hakuin children respected. Yeah. The older servants had achieved glory by making it through the strict selection process. Yeah, no, that is fair. Yeah, Yasu was so clumsy that they all wondered why that child had been chosen. Oh yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, of course, Yasuda was working very hard for a child of that age. However, before long... Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, however, before long, the unsatisfied older servants started being mean to Yasu whenever they got bastards. Yeah, that's sad. God, that must be so horrible. I mean, you're doing so well and you're making it... It must be so absurdly hard to, you know, be accustomed into an environment like that with no parents to actually, you know, push you forward or no, you know, just one mere friend, you know, shun on. No actual friends as well. I mean, that must be so fucking hard. I mean, you know, she is doing so absurdly well, but yeah. Even after getting used to life on Dokenjima, Yasu didn't manage to make a single friend. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, at least not any human friends. Yeah. Chapter 3, Days Enraptured. Interesting. Oh, let me guess, forgetting stuff. Yes, that can sometimes happen, and always when you're busy. Oh, I like that. I really like that these people actually have common sense as human beings and they know how to treat people that deserve to be treated kindly. Perhaps the fairy is pulling some pranks on you. It's a witch pulling pranks on me. I mean, I knew I'd put it right there. And when I looked away for just a second, it had disappeared. Nah, it's some sort of servant taking it from you. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, that's awful. So she's probably been confronted by Natsuhi. The witch had pranked me again. I left my master key behind. Oh, shit. Madam found it and I got in a lot of trouble. But I always put my master key in my pocket after I use it. Yeah, why was it in a place like that? No, I see that, yeah. God, they really are bullies. They're doing it. They're making it so that any opportunity whatsoever can be taken advantage of in terms of bullying. She's working absurdly hard, and it just saddens me that these people can't see that. God, yeah, that's awful, yeah. No, but the only thing that I really don't like about this is I feel that some of these have probably been people hiding them because of them, you know, out of malice. But I feel like sometimes Yasuda has genuinely made some errors, and as a result of blaming it on somebody else, she's kind of been able to divert the fact that it was her own error away from herself. So as a result of that, she's going to seek to have less improvement from the actual error. Do you get what I mean? I hope you do. But I always put my master key in my pocket after I use it. Yeah, why was it in a place like that? Either it fell out of your pocket or somebody actually pickpocketed you. God, that's awful. And this is the third time it's happened. Jesus Christ. That's so mean. Yeah, the last two times I realised that it wasn't in my pocket and managed to find it before anyone found out. Oh. The fact that she was actually able to find it kind of surprises me. But then again, I suppose it's just a prank to make sure that Yasuda doesn't actually have the master key in her possession, because then she can get in trouble. But the third time, Madam found it. Yeah, I was really mad and frustrated with that witch in the red dress. Exactly, she's not taking responsibility herself, so as a result, she's not going to learn. Yeah, Beatrice-sama's pranks can be quite troublesome. What? But if you're dealing with a witch, shouldn't a sort of ritual or some sort do the trick? A ritual? What? What is she thinking? What the fuck? Kumasawa-san started fishing through the kitchen cupboards, saying, now where did that get to? What is she doing? The thing she finally found and brought to me was a kite string. What? She stretched it out for me to see, then used a knife to cut off a 50cm piece. I mean, obviously it is strange because of the fact that it's a ritual, but yeah, could it not be as random as possible? Try tying this to the end of the key. Yeah, good one, yeah. Yeah, try tying this end to the key, then tie the other end to your pocket button or some other place it doesn't stick out. Yeah, brilliant, yeah. Yeah, this charm represents the ritual of the spiderweb. Isn't that actually really interesting because of the fact that she says it represents the ritual of the spiderweb? It indicates that, you know, even here, she's just trying to, I think what Kumasawa's trying to do is she's trying to use the legends and all of the stories to sort of divert her from the harsh reality of the situation, i.e. the fact that people are stealing them from you and that somebody is bullying you. But I think that's really, really good because if somebody actually tries to pickpocket her while, you know, the kite string is actually attached to some sort of part that doesn't actually stick out, they're not going to be able to, and Yasuda will notice. She may not notice the person who has actually tried to steal it, but at the same time she will still notice the fact that the key has nearly been stolen. A spiderweb. Yeah, like the ones that evil spirits of Rokkenjima fear. Good, I'm glad you remember. Ah, yeah. Good, I'm glad you remember. It is said that spiderwebs on this island are imbued with magical power. Yeah, and that they can be quite effective at repelling evil. Yeah, if you stretch it out like this, it looks like a spiderweb, doesn't it? Isn't it really quite ironic to think how absurdly relevant this is with regards to Beatrice the Elder? Yeah.
もういたずらができないというわけですよ。
That's really quite nice, yeah. It is actually really quite funny that Kumasawa is just such a kind person. She really does seem like a granny to anybody, honestly. This way, that spiderweb hating Beatrice, yeah, won't be able to prank you anymore. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, it does make sense. It really does look like a spiderweb when pulled tight. Since Kumasawa-san says so, it must have some pretty strong evil repelling power. Yeah, I can just ask her to make several of these kite strings for me. Oh yeah, that's understandable. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, and then I can tie them to everything I don't want to lose. But of course that wouldn't be very practical. You could in theory do it, but... Oh. Maybe not then. Yeah. I'd have strings all over me. What about things I can't keep tied to me? Like pencils and erasers? Oh god, they steal her stationery. It's all fucking assholes. For times like that, there's a different ritual. Oh my god, what is it? All you have to do is make a house for Mr. Pencil and Mr. Eraser. Well, that is understandable, because obviously if they're not in their house and they're not anywhere else, then I suppose it would be a valid indication of the fact that, you know, that's the case. But yeah, make a house. You mean build a roof and bed and stuff? Yeah. What about walls? They're a little bit key. Yeah. You aren't actually building a house, you're giving them one. It's actually really quite sweet that she just, you know, she tries really hard to speak, you know, to in such a sort of sweet manner that, you know, obviously would be fitting for a little kid rather than bullying from older people. Yeah, you aren't actually building a house, you're giving them one. For example, take the knife I cut the string with. I want to go home. Fair enough. Yep, I definitely don't deny that that's the case with a lot of people. Yeah, he's such a lonely kid that he wants to go home the moment he steps outside. Yep, me. Oh, maybe not me. God. So if you leave him anywhere else, he'll get lost and start crying. God. See, we just left Mr. Knife lying there, so he got lonely and started crying. This kind of reminds me of pagan beliefs. Poor thing, we have to get Mr. Knife home. Yeah. Oh yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, Mr. Knife's house is right here. Oh yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, see, his whole family of knives is waiting for him. I mean, I get that she's obviously trying to appeal to a little kid, but is she genuinely okay? I just have to ask. Mom, I'm home. Welcome back. See? Yeah, that is sweet though. Yeah, you can tell this person has been a parent for a long time. Kumasawa-san returned the knife to the knife holder under the sink. Yeah, even though she had done something so ordinary, I felt slightly moved. No, I see that, yeah, as though the lost little knife had finished its adventure and finally returned home. I mean, that is understandable, yeah, but the only thing is it really an adventure off the knife? It's an adventure of what you're doing to the knife. Like, it's entirely being controlled by you. I suppose that's the point of it. Yeah, once he slid into the spot he was supposed to be in. All the knives would be together and could have a party. Then Kumasawa-san said that we should give them their privacy and shut the door. That's hilarious. Yeah, isn't that actually really quite interesting? I mean, obviously this is a quite ridiculous way of thinking. Well, then again, I suppose if you have some sort of religion that you believe in, then maybe it may not be. But personally, to me, it's a ridiculous way of thinking. But, yeah, it's just interesting to think that this is such a good way of developing a kid well. You know, making sure that they become a good person when they're older, because you're teaching them to, you know, see emotional significance in everything, really. And, you know, to treat everything as you would treat everything as... Well, treat everything with respect, basically. Yeah, the poor things hidden by the witch must get lonely easily. Yeah, so when the witch tells them she will take them somewhere fun, they're happy to go along with her.
どうしたらいいでしょう
Yeah,
ね。
that's fair. Yeah, how can you stop them from doing this? Take them home right away.
そうですよ。
Yeah.
寂しがり屋だからすぐに魔女についていってしまういけない子たちなんですよ。
Oh, yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, the lonely, naughty kids, so they'll go with the witch if they get the chance.
すぐにお家に返してあげないと。
Yeah, you've got to take them home so that, you know, they aren't taken by a servant. Oh, sorry. I mean, a witch. And it's actually really quite funny to think that items, as a result of the fact that you treat items as if they're kids and as if they have their own emotions and as if they're really quite lonely and bad. So as a result of that, you can. By the way, is my audio really quiet? I hope it's not. But it's really quite funny, you treat them as really bad kids that would always want to go to the bad side and they'd always take the chance for the bad side.
さっきタコ糸で縛ったままそこに置きっぱなしのマスターキーさんも
Look at Mr. Key, you just tied to a
早
string.
くポケットのお家に帰りたいってつんくつん泣いてますよ。
God, look at that Mr. Key you just tied to a string. He's sitting there all alone. Yeah, crying and asking you to put him in his home in your pocket. God, I'm lonely. Oh, isn't that actually really interesting? It just shows how easy it is to actually, you know, see with your heart rather than your eyes. You know, situations like these, definitely. Yeah, the voice of the lonely master key finally reached my ears. Yeah. I hurried to pick it up, took the other end of the string and tied it to my pocket button. Oh, that's sweet. And put the key in my pocket.
ほら、
Yeah, good
た
one.
だいまって
See, I'm home.
マスターキーさんも寂しがり屋だからお仕事で
Yeah,
使った
fair
後
enough,
は
yeah.
すぐお家へ返してあげましょうね。
Mr. Key gets lonely so easily, so let's take him home right after we use him,
こう
okay?
いうお友達を少しずつ増やしていけばベアトリーチェ様もだんだんいたずらはできなくなりますよ。
Isn't it interesting to think that, you know, the really roundabout way she is talking about it actually has so much significance. Basically, you know, you've got to, in a really quite innocent, childlike way, you know, you've got to make friends or you've just got to have some sort of unified, you know, bond that makes it so that you are never going to lose an item and the item's always going to be close to you. Whether you see emotion in it or not is, you know, someone else's game. But, you know, at the same time, I mean, yeah. Because of this, there won't be any servants that will be able to, you know, steal stuff from her. Clink. It's so sweet, this. God, yeah. Oh yeah, I like this. Yeah, obviously make it secure the key the second you've used it. I like that. Yeah, that's brilliant. When break time was over and I stood up to see what I should help with next. isn't that interesting? I felt a tug, and the key ring with the master key fell to the floor. Ah, right, yeah. Once again, I'd left the master key on the side of the sofa and forgotten it was there. I do wonder if it's actually a combination of Yasuda, you know, firstly forgetting whether the key's there and, you know, just making mistakes as a result of that, or if it was because of the fact that servants were there. But then again, I mean, if you forget that a key is in your pocket, even though, firstly, it's in your pocket, and secondly, you know, you're just relaxing, then I do see how she could lose it really easily. Oh, yeah, that is tricky. Yeah, the instant I stood up, the string pulled on it and it fell to the floor. Without Kumasawa-san's spiderweb charm. Yeah, isn't it actually really quite interesting that? Yeah, I would have probably left that master key lying here again. Yeah, the master key left alone would have been led away by the witch and disappeared. Yeah, in other words, people would hide it, and they wouldn't return it to Yasuda because they're just awful. Yeah, well, phew, that was close. Phew, that was close. And once again, I heard the master key, who had almost been left on its own. Yeah. Bit weird that you're hearing voices from keys, but then again, I mean, who doesn't hear voices when they're kids? Let's be honest here. Yeah, who had been left on its own, cry and tell me that it wanted to go home. I do find it really interesting to think. I just genuinely wonder how Yasuda is. She sounds so childish from, you know, just her insistence in, you know, seeing emotions in inanimate objects. Really, yeah. I'm sorry. Come on, let's go back home to my pocket. That just sounds so wrong. Yay, I'm home. Thank goodness. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I almost got pranked by the witch again.
Nanto, ma.
Oh, what's this?
Ito de musubu to wa omoshiroi mane wo.
Oh yeah, I wonder what you know, Gap is actually gonna say. Oh, what's this? What an amusing notion, using a string like that. Yeah, isn't that actually really interesting? I wonder, because of the fact that, you know, the spiderweb theory, is it actually going to defeat her? Yeah, all of a sudden I heard a wild, shocked voice from over my shoulder. It was a voiceless voice. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. It's a voiceless voice because of the fact that it's an illusion. It was a voiceless voice, a witch's voice, the kind you can't hear unless you try. Yeah, definitely, yeah, Beatrice?
So de aru zo, waga tomo yo.
That's me, my friend.
Yeah.
That's me, my friend. You forgot about your key again, and just when I was about to tease you a bit. Oh, yeah. It's a spiderweb charm that Kumasawa showed me. Apparently, it does its job well. Yeah. Indeed. It does, because it means that no servants can actually easily steal it. It just depends on how tightly it's secured. Yes, easily steal it without being seen. Indeed, I hate to admit it, but it does. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to touch that. That's actually really quite interesting. So you could liken a spiderweb to a witch. You know, you could just think the fact that it's some sort of red hot wire or something ridiculous like that. That's how you could validly liken the spiderweb. That's hilarious. Then again, I mean, this is Umineko. Wow, that's a scary example. Yeah. Yeah, my finger hurts just thinking about it. Tip to Yasuda: never look at emo shit on the internet. Yeah, it's kind of normal. Or obviously breakcore, can't forget about that. Yeah. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what. Well, not really breakcore, the fake breakcore. The music that if you try to categorize it with a genre, you get probably around 200 people telling you, 200 people banging on your doorstep saying, "This song is not fucking breakcore," stuff like that, you know. Yeah, but good for you. But yeah, definitely, yeah, you didn't have to get yelled at by Natsuhi for losing your key again. Yeah, I just love how much this voice actor has killed this, you know, just totally making it so that she sounds so absurdly threatening, and I think she actually really does she does such a good cliched witch, you know, just someone that is perceived to be really, really threatening, but in reality isn't threatening whatsoever. You didn't have to get yelled at by Natsuki for losing your key again. You should be thanking me. Why? Because tree. Yeah, because I annoyed you. You learnt of that ritual, correct? Yeah, definitely, yeah. Thanks to that, you've managed to avoid the screw-up of forgetting where you left your key once again. Oh yeah, that's interesting. In other words, it's all thanks to me. God, yeah, don't I deserve some gratitude? Yeah, that is interesting. I really don't like it, but she does have a point. Because of all the trouble Beatrice caused me, I talked to Kumasawa-san and learned the ritual from her. Yeah, I see that. Even without the witch's pranking, if I didn't have that ritual, I would have gone to my next job and left the master key here. Yeah, definitely. I don't disagree, yeah. If that had happened, then surely I wouldn't have been able to find the key, and that would have been a big mess. Yeah, so I think what this is actually saying is that some things could potentially be fabrications because of the fact that they are magical illusions that are actually masqueraded as real truths. But at the same time, I think this is basically telling us you can't fully interpret something as an illusion, because what if it is actually, like, an illusion that actually substitutes a human being? Because what if there is no person there? Yeah, no, I do see that. Yeah, we call this punishment to make an example. Yeah. Then again, you're a witch. Why would you be a friend? We call this punishment to make an example. By magnifying your mistakes, I've shown you what they are as a friend. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, don't you see how much you've grown? I get the feeling that Kumasawa-san is the one I should be thanking, not you. Well, then again, I suppose the witch that she subconsciously thought about, you know, the one that was constantly making her life misery because of the fact that she was always hiding everything. This was the reason that Kumasawa was able to, so that it's an interdependent course. My. Yeah. What a thankless job we witches have. Anyway, I'll win this time. Yeah. Okay, I need to get back to work now. Very well, my friend. Yeah, we'll call this your victory. Talk to me about it! However, I'm bad at giving up. Yeah, that's interesting. I'll keep watching you even more closely now until I can even the score. Prepare yourself. Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Yeah, what if you actually forget to fasten the spider web? Yeah, there are several small items that a person like you is likely to forget. True. Yeah, you can't attach strings to all of them. That spiderweb ritual isn't the only one I have. I also learnt the take them home ritual. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, just making it so that, you know, it's really quite sweet. You basically personify objects. Okay, it's sweet for a kid, it's a fucking degenerative thing if... No. Actually, I've got to be careful what I say. No, okay, I'm thinking of a bad example here. I'm thinking of what people do on the internet. Oh, God. I mean, though I don't believe in it, I suppose some people may actually do this as a part of religion-related things, because I think a lot of pagan traditions are to basically seek emotion and soul in every single object and anything really, and especially with regard to nature as well, and you know, with Mother Nature and the planet. I don't really know if it necessarily applies to inanimate objects that aren't natural and are man-made, but yeah, that it is really interesting to think that people think like that. But yeah, personally, not really my line of thinking. But yeah, I'm just thinking, like, if you seek emotion through inanimate objects, you can sometimes be considered a real degenerate if you're on the internet and you're in some sort of sector that I won't talk about. But yeah. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah, but isn't that actually really quite interesting to think that these illusions, though they are here, I suppose because of the fact that Yasuda feels as if, you know, when learning, she can fight against something that has been tugging at her. I suppose all of the stress and all of the challenge that she's faced is kind of projected onto this illusion, so she can we can kind of see, like, visually how, you know, she challenges the manifestation of all of her bad emotions, really. Oh my god, my leg hurts. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ow. Yeah, it's totally interdependent. Oh yeah, I can't open the window, can I? Fuck this road, man. No, but I do see that, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so. It's a recognition of mistakes because of the fact that you are actually being shown, and the impact of them is really being shown to you. So as a result of that, you're learning how to change yourself so that you can, you know, prevent those mistakes from happening. Yeah, but she has grown, and I love that the illusion is actually trying to tell her that. Yeah. No, I do see that though, yeah. Spiderweb ritual isn't the only one I have. I also learned the take them home ritual. Then again, you can't take everything home. What about, for example, the small broom that you lost? I won't let you have your way anymore. Yeah. Yeah, let's see how well you actually do. Even so. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, even so, that's quite the bright smile you've got there. Yeah, when a witch appears, it should be time to cry, not laugh. Ha, yeah, your break time is over. Yeah, your break time is over. See if you can manage to do your job today without slowing down the older servants. Oh, I hope she can, yeah. Yeah, sure, today is Sunday and the weather is wonderful. Agreed, yeah, I better do my best. Yeah, you go for it, Yasuda. Indeed, go to it with all you can manage.
レイネの機嫌が朝から悪い。
What? Indeed, go to it with all you can. Oh, that's right. Is that Sanon, or is that actually, or is that just a typo for Shannon, or is that a genuine name, Sanon? That can't be. Indeed, go to it with all you can manage. Oh, that's right. Shannon's been in a bad mood all morning. Oh, you better try and avoid eye contact with her. What? Also, your fortune for the day is water has what? Yeah. Isn't it really interesting to think that all of the things that, Yasuda is subconsciously thinking are projected to... It's just interesting to think that she probably hasn't fully grasped the concept, but what has happened is, the illusion is actually projecting, the concept onto her brain so that she can be reminded of it. And it's just so interesting to think that, it's as if the way she is being reminded of information subconsciously is by, even though she already knows it, she is being told the information by herself. And, obviously it's like a conversation. You don't really have control over what the other person is saying. It's kind of like that. It's so weird. Make sure you can take care with standing near buckets of water. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. This is you I'm talking about. Yeah, and this is what Yasuda is going to do. She's going to prevent that from happening. Sorry, I didn't say the best part. She's going to prevent... She's going to prevent that from happening because of the fact that Gap is watching. Make sure you take care when standing near buckets of water. This is you we're talking about. I'll be waiting for you to knock over a bucket and get scolded just as usual. Giggle. Thank you, Beatrice. Yeah. It's Claire. Back when I still couldn't see her. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I simply hated this prank-loving witch. But now that I could talk with her, it felt as though she wasn't all bad. Yeah, because isn't it interesting to think that the prank-loving witch, even though they annoy you so ridiculously much, their intent, because of the fact that they're completely illusionary, is to make you change for the better person. Of course, there was no need for me to be grateful to her. Yeah, but obviously you are. Yeah, so the witch called Beatrice, who despises boredom. Mocking the misfortune of others is... haha, like that, yeah, it's like what eating food is to us. Humans and witches are different. Incompatible beings. Yeah, fair enough. What about Battler and Beatrice? Oh, well, then again, I suppose when Battler became an endless sorcerer and the game master, he kind of lost his humanity. Then again, though, do you... No, could you just say that an endless sorcerer is a human, but just with a special title? So, yeah, Battler and Beatrice, they've always been compatible. I.e., the game board Beatrice. No, sorry, the Beatrice outside the game board, even. Humans and witches are different, incompatible beings, and yet it felt as though we could become friends. Yeah, that's sweet. Of course, she's still a witch. I mustn't get careless. Yes, definitely, yeah. And yet not being careless it's a great thing, yeah. Thanks to the tricks and rituals I used to keep her at bay, I'm able to concentrate. That could hardly be a bad thing. Those things would be useful for my job and my life, even when I don't have to worry about the witch's pranks. Yeah, and isn't it really interesting to think that, the older you get, the less significant the witch is going to become, and, it's going to disappear when you realise that these illusions are ridiculous. And when you gain more, more of an understanding of the world around you, really. Or maybe you have really strong beliefs, so you don't think like that, I don't know. I see, so this witch called Beatrice really is like a demon. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely, yeah, apparently it's possible to build up a friendship even while speaking hostilely to each other. Now, isn't that ironic? Beatrice and Battler. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Ever since then, there was an incredible change in that kid. Because of all the rituals. God, oh, she must feel so good about herself. That's right. And quite deserved as well. Good. That child was quite faithful when it came to obeying rules. Yeah, that's even better. Isn't it really quite ironic that we're thinking about the fact that somebody has said, you know, they've followed rituals I've taught, and yet we're thinking that's a really good thing. But obviously it is when you apply the context here, but still, it's just, you know, something that you never would have thought would actually be the case. I mean, why would a ritual be a good thing? You know, you would have thought that a ritual would be something just really quite absurd and cruel and, you know, corrupt. But no. That's right, that child was quite faithful when it came to obeying rules, and flawlessly followed all of the rituals I taught.
いちいちタコ糸で縛って
You mean by attaching strings to everything?
あるいはいちいちお家へ帰るって
Oh yeah, I like that because obviously teaching with the whole go home teaching, it's a little bit tricky if, I don't know, for example, here's a good example. You have something like a keyboard. Good keyboard representation. It's a good if you have something like a keyboard and, you know, you can't exactly take it home in your pocket because you'd look fucking weird. You know, maybe it's not really so good there, but yeah. I mean, just daily necessities. I see it totally. You mean by attaching strings to everything and doing that going home thing all the time? Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. God, you can really tell how young she is from this. Yes.
時折口に出してやってました
Oh god, oh my god, if she got bullied for that, I'm actually going to impale a hole in my screen. Like people sometimes say it a lot.
お道具とおままごとをしてるみたいで
Yeah.
とても可愛らしかったですよ
And this is the thing, when she grows out of this, she will be such a more mature, less forgetful, and better person all round. And more useful, person. It was really cute, like watching someone play house with a bunch of different tools. Yeah, I see. Oh yeah, a kid is just like a kid. What the fuck?
子供でしょ
But they were a kid, right? Yeah, seriously.
大人になら同じ言い方をすれば伝わりますけれど
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, with adults you can say something one way and all of them will understand. Yeah, but with kids, I suppose, because of the fact that they have less logical thinking and, you know, they haven't gone through adolescence yet, or they are just going through adolescence, I suppose they have more freedom of thinking and they have... It is actually really quite interesting to think about that. That's so sweet. It flawlessly followed all the rituals because of the fact that it gave a new perspective. And you know what I find sad? It's just the fact that, too cruel. The fact that, you know, there was no parents for this person, no people that would teach her. With adults, you can say something one way and all of them will understand.
子供は本当にいろんな子が
Oh
い
yeah,
て、いろい
definitely.
ろな言い方があるんです。
No, I agree, yeah. Any future parents or any parents, take note. However, there really are many different types of kids, and you need many different ways to teach them things. I mean, I kind of doubt that a parent would be watching someone like me, but... I mean, my respect to you if you are. Must be hard raising a kid, but you know, it just feels too unlikely for a parent to be watching my video. If you can find just the right way, then learn quite easily.
怒られる方
Yeah,
が覚え
definitely,
る
yeah.
子褒められる方が覚える子いろいろですものね
No, I see that, yeah. Some kids learn better when they're punished, and some learn better when they're praised. I think if you learn better when you're punished, it's because of the fact that it may be something that you haven't actually initially became aware of the, you know, severity of. Whereas if you're praised, I feel like to learn better from being praised, you need more common sense because you need to recognize instinctively that you are doing a good thing. But then again, you don't actually. But I just feel, in my experiences, I've only learnt better from praise than punishment when I have had more common sense, and then I've used that praise and I've looked at everything that was good about that praise to then, you know, make it so that I can adapt myself so that I can improve in whichever field I'm thinking of. Some kids learn better when they're punished and some learn better when they're praised.
近所の子にちゃんと物をしまわないと妖精さんが隠しちゃうぞ
I like
っ
that.
て脅したこともありましたっけね。
I used to scare a neighborhood kid and tell him that a fairy would take his things if he didn't keep good track of them. Well, lucky I'm a Toho player, just genocide to the fairies.
その妖精があの子の場合は魔女になったというだけの話。
This is the same, except the fairy became a witch. No, I see that, yeah.
しかし、なんだか運命的な話だね。
Still, doesn't sound like fate.
だって熊沢はこの子がベアトリーチェの子だって知ってたんでしょ？
No, I see that actually, yeah. After all, you knew that this was Beatrice's child,
ええ
right?
知っていましたとも。
Yes, I did know. That's probably why she's giving her, you know, another reason why she's giving her such sweet treatment.
物をちゃんと片付けるようにって教えるなんてなんだかおかしいですね。
Oh my god, I know. Yeah. And yeah, that must have been. No, I see that. Yeah, it must have been strange to tell Beatrice's child that the witch Beatrice would play pranks on you unless you put your stuff away neatly. Yeah.
だからあの子が物を魔女に隠されていたずらをされると言ってきたとき思ったのです。
Yeah, when the child came and told me that a witch was stealing things and pulling pranks, it made me think.
これはきっと亡くなられたベアトリーチェ様が魔女になって。
Yeah, I took it as a sign that the late Beatrice someone had become a witch.
自分の子に物を片付けなさいと教えに来ているに違
Oh,
いない
that's
と。
sweet. Yeah. Yeah, and was coming to teach her child to keep track of things.
あの子にはそう教えるのが一番だと思ったのです。
That's what I thought. This is the best way to teach that child.
物を置い
That's
た
so
場所を
sweet.
すぐ忘れるとかすぐなくすとかそういう悪評があったのにそれを払拭してからはどんどん明るくなっていきましたね。
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, that kid started out with a bad reputation for forgetting and losing things, but got a lot more cheery after overcoming those bad
弱
habits.
点は
That's so
克
good.
服することで強みとなり。
Fair enough, actually. Yeah, by surpassing weaknesses, those weaknesses become strength. No, I see that. Yeah, maths.
人を
Think
た
about
く
that.
ましくしてくれるのです。
Yeah, and that is how people gain confidence and grow. No, I do see that. Yeah.
あの子のそんな日々の小さな成長が。
Those small spurts of growth.
もう実の孫の
Oh,
よ
yeah.
うに可愛らしかったですとも。
That's fully understandable. Yeah. Those small spurts of growth made me feel as though this was my own grandchild. I see that, because you're responsible for all of them. And I do think that, I don't disagree, it is as if Kumasawa is a mother to
お疲れ様です。
Beatrice. Thank you, Genji-sama. Ooh, what's
み
this?
んな大掃除ご苦労だった
Good work with the big cleanup
普
today.
段使うことも少ない客室だがいつ何時大切なお客様を止めることになるや
Yeah,
も
isn't
わから
that
ん
interesting? Good work with the big cleanup today. We never know when an important guest might come and borrow one of the rarely used rooms. Yeah, isn't that actually really quite interesting to think that, you know, this is basically their excuse for making it so that rooms that are basically never used, i.e. the chapel, are cleaned. I mean, what is the point? But then again, I mean, that is a fair point, but still. Good work with the big cleanup today. We never know when an important guest might come and borrow one of the rarely
清
used
掃も
rooms.
また寸分の気の緩みもあってはならん
God, very menacingly said. It is important that you do not slack off in your
無論
cleaning.
です。
Of course.
使用人一同心得ております。
All of us are fully aware of this as
そ
fact.
うあってほしい
I hope that is the
見
case.
回ったところこれを拾う
Oh. When I looked around, I found
これ
this.
は誰のであるか
Oh. Oh no, if it's Yasuda. Oh no. I hope that is the case. When I looked around, I found this. Whose is it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Was this after Yasuda had actually, changed? Oh no, Genji took a master key ring out of his pocket. Yeah, apparently someone had dropped their master key. Yeah. Oh my god, I really, really hope that Yasuda has actually, you know, proven here that, you know, she has her master key. So that she's not going to be the one that, you know, is going to be in blame here. And yeah, it's just interesting to think, you know, repeat offender, they just look at her. They don't actually consider anybody else, even though it could have been any single one of them. Apparently, someone had dropped their master key. All of the servants swung around to look at me, the usual offender.
Nani?
Nah.
Mata Yasu?
Come on, Yasu again. I so hope it's you. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh my god, I so hope it's that black-haired bitch. Bruh, Lucifer was better. It might actually be her. I have mine, of course. There's no way I'd drop something that's important. Really? What if it was a mistake? And the rest of you? I have mine. Got it. Oh, you are hilarious. It was you, Yasu. I just so hope this arsehole gets what they deserve. This must be so horrible for Genji to see, obviously, because of the ridiculous connection that, you know, Yasuda actually has to one of, you know, his best friends, really. You're just like, show the key, whip it out right now. Normally. Oh yeah. Yeah, normally I would cower and apologise under their glare. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, it just shows the proper, you know, presence that they inflict on her and, you know, the malice they inflict as well. Normally I would cower and apologise under their glass, whether I was guilty or not. Yeah, however, I've changed. Yeah, good one. Yeah, so I proudly held the key with the string still attached. And the bully gets all of the crap. Isn't that good? Oh, this is gonna be funny. Yeah, device to keep yourself from dropping it. A commendable precaution. God, so absurdly seriously talking. Yeah. I don't disagree though, yeah. Yeah. Genji-sama's face was as expressionless as ever. However, those were unmistakably words of praise. No, I see that, yeah. That's right. Yeah, you won't drop them anymore. Agreed, yeah. Yeah, definitely, yeah. After all, you have your ritual now. Isn't it just so ironic that this can be said without sounding totally wrong? But, yeah, it's totally fair. You won't drop them anymore. After all, you have your ritual now. That's right. Oh, it's so sweet. Yeah. Good. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, I nodded proudly, a huge smile on my face. The proud experience of that day, of that moment. And no, I do see that because obviously there are 9, 9 pages and this is the third one. And I suppose the significance of this is so high that it actually deserved its own page. Obviously explaining the context behind it and then actually seeing what happens. Yeah, I so hope we're actually going to see the bully get in trouble though. God, Lucifer was so nice when she was a member of the Seven Snakes of Purgatory. Why can't she be the Seven Snakes of Purgatory as opposed to some sort of bitchy girl? I nodded proudly, a huge smile on my face. The proud experience of that day, of that moment, will be engraved into an unforgettable page in the memory of my young heart. Yeah. There was only one servant who hadn't raised exactly, yeah. As she muttered, it has to be Yasu's key, not mine, and fished in her pocket. Her face went pale. Oh, she deserves so much trouble. Yeah, seriously though, yeah, you mustn't slack off, even when doing your everyday tasks. And you know what you must do? Get embarrassed in front of everyone else. Oh, yeah, good for you, yeah, but everyone makes mistakes from time to time. Good for you. So well said, yeah. You mustn't slack off, even when doing your everyday tasks. Yeah, definitely though, yeah. But everyone makes mistakes from time to time. True. Yeah, I will not press the point, but... yeah... I like that. It's short and it's sweet. And it really conveys the message. You mustn't slack off, even when doing your everyday tasks. But everyone makes mistakes from time to time. I will not press the point, but blaming your teammate instead of reflecting on your own actions is not something I would consider praiseworthy. My apologies. The older servant turned red and hung her head. Get good. Ah, that's going to be interesting. The older servant turned red and hung her head. Behind her, though no one else could see it, was the witch. Oh, that must feel so good. Yeah, my friend will not make the same mistake again. After all, even though I've always got my eyes on this kid, I can never find it. This is a bit weird. I am so taking that quote out of context. Oh my god, that's so funny. After all, even though I've always got my eyes on this kid, I can never find a chance to try anything. But it's a shame. Yeah, that's understandable. Then again, you can't because she doesn't believe in the illusion, but still. Yeah, if this girl here has lost her key, I should have tried pranking her long ago. Please don't prank people other than me. Nah, prank these people. They deserve to be pranked. They deserve to have a lesson taught because they're such stuck-up, pride-filled gits, to be honest. Please don't prank people other than me. Huh? Did you say something? Oh, God. No, nothing. Oh, yeah. I try not to feel vindictive. No, I see that, yeah, but after being called dull-witted for so long, I was finally able to hold up my head high. Yeah, on that day, for the first time, I truly felt as though I'd gotten used to life as a servant of the Ushinomiya family. Yeah, because obviously you have somebody who is so normally serious, you know, actually actually saying words of praise to you, and that's so uncharacteristic. It just shows that, you know, you really are doing a good job. Yeah, fair enough. Yes, no, I see that. Yeah, when people compliment you, it feels as though they've acknowledged you. I love that Beatrice is here. It's very important. Yes, I agree. Yeah, people can't grow without it. And what happens when people grow? They hit their head on fucking door frames.
まず余裕が生まれる。
First, it becomes possible for them to find some
それ
leeway.
まで本当にこれで正しいのかと怯えながらしていた仕事が自信を持ってなせるようになるのだ。
First, it becomes possible for them to find some leeway. Jobs that used to make them scared, that made them worry about whether they were doing things the right way or not, can then be carried out with confidence. I can think of a lot of jobs in my part-time job that apply to that. That's
気
right.
楽になれば余裕も生まれるね。
Yeah. Because then what you can do... The thing is about life in general, in some sort of cases, especially in servant work, I'd assume, you know, it's just conquering every single thing that, you know, conquering every single problem, so in pursuit of doing that, you become the perfect one. Yeah, once things become easy, that gives you some latitude.
余裕が生まれるとどうなるのかしら。
And what happens next? That's hilarious.
Fair,
yeah, it gives you a chance to enjoy your time
現実
more.
風に言えば気を緩ませることができると
Yeah,
でも
because you
言
have
おうか
less mistakes that you have actually, you know, you're actually at the risk of, you know, facing because of the fact that you have conquered those mistakes that, you know, previously threatened your peace, really. Because obviously I say that because you'd be scared about the consequences of making those mistakes. It gives you a chance to enjoy your time more. As Kinsey might say it, it gives you time to relax your mind.
気を張りっぱなしじゃ疲れてしまう。
Fair. If you tense all the time, that just wears you out.
それは良いことだね。
Yeah. It's good to take it easy for a bit if you can.
ってことはそれってつまりサボれるようになるということ？
Oh no, no way. No. What you do is you keep on becoming accustomed to doing as much work as you can, so as a result of that, when you finally know how to consistently do, you know, tasks that may actually be really quite difficult, the more you do them, basically, the more comfortable you'll feel, and then as a result of that, you can feel more peaceful. You won't slack off on the job, but at the same time, you'll be less worried about the consequences of failure because of the fact that they'll happen to you less. You mean you learn so much that you can start slacking off on the job?
サボるといえば聞こえは悪い。
Nah, seriously, yeah, it sounds bad when you put
し
it
か
that way.
し、要領よく仕事をこなし、余った時間で日々を楽しむことは
Yeah.
決して悪いことではないぞ。
However, there's nothing wrong with cleverly carrying out your tasks quickly and use it. I know, I see that. Yeah, if you're cleverly carrying them out, then that means you're doing, you know, your work to the most proper of standard. However, there's nothing wrong with cleverly carrying out your tasks quickly and using your free time to enjoy
そういう
yourself.
時間は人間を豊かにしてくれるものだ。
Oh, no, I see that, yeah. Times like that are what enriches a human's life.
そういえば、ゴーダはよく仕事の合間に
Oh,
クロス
yeah,
ワ
I
ードパズル
remember
をし
that.
ているね。
Yeah. Come to think of it, Gorda plays crosswords a lot between
余った
jobs.
材料で
That's
勝手に
hilarious.
創作料理を作ったりもしてるわ。
That's actually really quite creative. Wow. God, yeah, he also invents dishes with the leftover ingredients. I do that with desserts.
適度に遊び、気分をリフレッシュさせるのは効率上も悪いことではなかろう。
Playing a bit and refreshing yourself can also be good for your
創
efficiency.
作料理も遊び心と仕事の融合と言える。
No, I do see that, yeah. You might say that inventing dishes combines work and play. No, I've got a good example in my job. So, for example, because of the fact that I work as a waiter, you know, in a restaurant, you could potentially say that what the chefs actually do, they're fucking legends. What they do is they cook just a massive pot of food, you know, so in the breaks people can actually have them to eat for, you know, they can eat as much as they want. They can in theory eat the entire contents of that, you know, tray or pot or whatever if they wanted to. But yeah, my point is that, you know, eating food while on the job is kind of like, you know, playing. Yeah.
源氏とって誰も見ていぬところでは程よくサボっているはずだ。
Impressive. But then again, you can't do work without not slacking. If you do work and you never slack off for even a second, then you are being worked too hard and... Why the fuck... Further, why are you here? Let me just, save, because this is kind of pissing me off. I wonder if this is going to work. Yeah, there we are.
テレビを見たり、主の酒をくすねたり。
That's funny. God, even Genji! I mean, okay, I'm sorry, but that properly surprises me. Even Genji slaps off. Sounds a bit weird. Yeah, he'll watch TV or swipe some of his master's favourite. Then again, though, I mean, the you know, cocktails that only Genji could make, I really do wonder what they are actually like. How do they taste?
小難しい本を読んでいたりしているわ。
And he reads complicated books. Seriously, though, reflective of the entire questions in my head. Even Genji? I will never say it like that again. You guys have the right to shoot me through the screen. No, I see that, and that improves your mental state so much. Yeah, and sure, it's all about cleverly using the gaps between jobs to play. It can though, yeah. If it goes too far, it can turn to laziness. Yes. No, I don't disagree, yeah. However, people only become mature when they learn to balance work with pleasure. Yeah. I fully see that. Then again though, this is the problem. What if you are, let's just say, I mean, this is how I felt. So let's just say, for example, this is how I felt once. So, you know, let's say, you know, worst part of your life and you're just feeling so awful because of school and obviously other stuff. What if you have nothing to pleasure yourself with? Don't take it out of context, please, but do you see what I mean? If you have nothing fun going on in your life, then how are you actually meant to balance work with pleasure? You can't whatsoever. You need to find fun things in your life, because if you don't, then your life is going to be shit. Yeah, simply put, if all you care about is work all the time, you're not fully mature. I do see that, yeah. So that kid learned how to play between jobs. No, I see that, yeah. You slack off at work, I bet you anything. And you. It's hard to imagine that overly serious kid slacking off at work. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, it started with learning how to interact with people. Oh, that is good. Yeah, and Shannon, I suppose. Yeah, that kid formed a relationship with Kumasawa, the person that was always kind. Oh, that's really good. Wow. And started borrowing books from her and talking together about them. Yeah, that's sweet. I know, yeah. That must be horrible. I mean, could you imagine what you would actually ask somebody, you know, if somebody actually asked you, you know, want to come around mine for dinner or something like that, and then you just said, no, I can't because of my job. Yeah, God, I wonder what they would think. I mean, that must just be such an odd scenario whenever any friend actually asks you to, you know, come around their house or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, but that's sad, yeah. Even I had friends at school, but because of my work, there was no chance to deepen our friendship. Oh yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, Jessica was also always very kind and modest. That's good, yeah, but there was Natsuhi's stern order to think of, so we couldn't play together very much. Yeah, fair, yeah. Yeah, so at that time, Kumasawa, the one who was always as kind as a mother to me, was the person I felt closest to.
孫ほども離れた二人のこと。
Fair enough, yeah. Kumasawa was old enough to have grandchildren. Yeah.
駆け回って遊ぶわけではない。
Yeah, they couldn't exactly run around and play
熊沢の
together.
趣味に興味を持ったのだ。
Yeah, that's fair. You developed an interest in Kumasawa's hobby. I see that, yeah. Then again, if all you think about is pleasure, then you're also not mature. There are two sides of the coin. Oh god, no, yeah.
熊沢の趣味って何かしら？
And what's Kumasawa's hobby?
本だ。
Yeah,
意外かも
books.
しれぬが、あの熊沢、なかなかに推理
Oh,
小
that's
説を好んでおった。
Oh, and isn't it really quite interesting to think that, you know, Yasuda and, you know, Kumasawa actually have a really big relationship, and, you know, then we think about the crimes and how well they're constructed. I mean, obviously you can't really use that as evidence, but obviously it just sounds kind of coincidental, don't you think? I have suspicions against Kumasawa, and I think I have a reason to suspect her. So, yeah. Her involvement.
どんな本か関心を持つうちに自分も読んでみることに。
So the kid wanted to find out what sorts of books they were and started reading them.
その通りよ。
That's right.
推理小説は読みながらに語らうのもなかなかに楽しい。
That's fair, yeah. Yeah, the nice thing about mystery novels is that you can talk about them while you read
すでに
them.
答えを知る熊沢にしても、若き知性がどのような
Oh,
推
you
理
can
を
find
見せ
so
る
many new
のか。
interpretations by hearing it from a new mind and a new pair of eyes, really. Yeah, even Kumasawa, who already knew the
聞くのは
answer.
さぞや楽しかったに違いあるまい。
Yeah, I see that. All of you guys watching my Umineko related playthrough. Yeah, even Kumasawa, who already knew the answer, must have enjoyed listening in and hearing all sorts of theories a young intellect could create.
無論、いきなり熊沢の読む難解なものから入りはしなかった。
Of course, I didn't start to write right away with the complicated books Kumasawa read.
まずはおすすめを聞き、学校の図書室から探してきて読んだ。
First, I asked for rare recommendations and got some books from the
使
school
用人室に
library.
も持ち込み、休憩の合間などに
Oh, that's
少しずつ
really
読み
good.
進めた。
I would even bring them into the servant room and read a bit during every break. Yeah, that's
So
good.
新しい推理が浮かぶたびにそれを熊沢に話し、
Every time a new theory popped into my head, I told Kumasawa about it.
すでに答えを知っている熊沢はニヤニヤと笑いながら我の推理に相づちを打つ。
And she, who already knew the answer, would nod at my theory and grin.
我にとっての楽しい時間。
Oh no, I see that, yeah. That was a lot of fun for me. Hmm.
お風呂行かないの？
Are you going to take a bath?
浴場の時間終わっちゃうよ。
Bath time's almost over. Yeah, just a bit more. Oh my god, yeah, I mean, obviously, she is finding it really entertaining. She's finding it so entertaining that she's literally prioritizing it over her life needs. Oh my god. Yeah, just a bit more. Another one of the Indian figures just disappear. Oh god.
すっかりミステリー好きになっちゃって。
I love that. You've become a total
あん
mystery
まり
nut.
熱中して読んでると、また興奮して寝つけな
Oh
くなっ
my
ちゃう
god,
よ。
fair, yeah. You become a total mystery nut. If you get too excited reading, you won't be able to sleep again. Isn't it ironic that the person who knows loads of mystery novels also knows how to, you know, commit the perfect crime? Yeah, you've become a total mystery nut. If you get too excited reading, you won't be able to sleep again. Yeah, isn't it ironic to think that this totally relates to Umineko? According to Kumasawa-san, the culprit has already appeared. But I don't have a clue who it is.
それ、どんなお話？
What's the book called? It's by Agatha Christie. Oh yeah, isn't that ironic? Yeah, and then there were none. Yeah, one of the books Umineko was actually based on. Yeah, it's really interesting. Almost like it's a crime. That's so funny. Almost like it's a crime happening on Dokenjiba. I mean, obviously there was a big connection between and then they were done, and obviously books like SS Van Dyne and stuff like that, but still it's hilarious to think that they make that much of a connection. It's by Agatha Christie, and then there were none. It's really interesting. It's almost like a crime is happening on Dokenjima.
すごく有名な推理小説だよね。
Yeah, it's a really famous mystery novel, isn't it?
最後、犯人がメッセージボトルで真相を告白するまで
Oh,
完
that's
全犯罪だったんだっ
interesting.
け？
Wasn't that one a perfect crime? At least until the culprit confesses to the truth in a message bottle at the end.
すごいよね。
An incredible book. Shh, shh. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself, so don't spoil me. Don't go take a bath. No, I'll go by myself. Like, my god, she loves it.
じゃあ後でね。
See you later then.
お風呂忘れちゃダメよ。
Oh god, no, don't prioritize this too much. See you later then, don't forget to take a bath, okay? Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, holding a change of clothes, Shannon smiled amusedly as she left the room. I probably won't be able to read the whole thing tonight. Oh, no, obviously, of course you're going to try. Even though I know that, I just keep turning the pages. I just keep turning the pages, unable to find a good place to stop. My new joy, the mystery genre. The mental game of thinking and theorizing. And also talking about it with Kumasawa-san. Oh, I can see that. Yeah, it must be... It's brilliant to actually have something to grow up with like this. It's going to improve the ways of thinking that you actually have and the ways you can approach problems so absurdly much. Yeah, all of that left me enraptured. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god, it's Beatrice.
すっかり本の虫であるな。
No, I see that. Yeah, it seems you've become a complete bookworm.
熱中して寝不足にでもなってくれれば。
Oh yeah, that's understandable,
いたず
yeah.
らのしがいがあるというもの。
Well, if you do stay up and get sleepy, that just makes my job easier. We can't have that. I bet if I find a place to stop... Yeah, seriously though, yeah.
わらわの生まれた太古の時代には推理小説なる娯楽はなかった。
In the ancient times I was born in, pleasures such as mystery novels
そなた
didn't
の肩越
exist.
しに読ませてもらっているが、なかなか面白い読み物であるな。
Pleasures such as mystery novels didn't exist. I've been reading over your shoulder, and this truly is a captivating read. Beato, who do you think is the culprit?
今読んでいるその本の
And then there were none. Yeah. Who is the you and Owen, I wonder?
孤島に犠牲者を呼び寄せし犯人であろうが。
Yeah, the culprit who lured the victims to the island, of course. There are no more than 10 people on this island. Yeah, definitely. And you and Owen doesn't exist.
島に10人を閉じ込め、 どこか遠くでのんきに餓死を待っているに違いあるまい。
There are so many key things here. We've got to analyze this. I like that though, yeah. I kind of feel like that with any visual novel. Yeah, isn't that actually really interesting to think? And then there were none. The culprit who lured the victims to the island was actually the killer. Then again, though, I mean, I don't really understand that because obviously, who would normally lure them to the island? Now I understand it. There are no. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And isn't it really interesting to think that in, you know, in the parts where the message bottle was actually displayed in, you know, the 2 message bottles in episode 3, like the objective story which happened, which wasn't written by Toya, you know, there were 2 message bottles. So that could be indicative of the perfect crime and, you know, the killer actually confessing to the truth of the perfect crime there. Then again, I don't really know. I do wonder what's actually happened. I do wonder what is in those messages in the bottles, because if we, as Umineko fans, you know, had to read them, then I think it would be relevant. I just love that they practically tell you who the culprit is, though. It's really quite funny. Yeah, someone must have stranded them on the island and waited for someone far away for them to die of starvation. No, that's not right. Yeah, I agree, yeah. He or she is on the island. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, they're one of the 10 people, even though they don't exist. It's genius how you actually make it happen. Yeah, I just don't know who. Yeah, because the thing is, then you have to think, how do you assign the value of 1 to a person? It's such a genius thing that Yukisi has actually done. I do wonder with regards to, you know, the Shannon plus Kanon equals 1 person. I wonder if that was actually based on, and then there were none. Because I haven't actually read it, but, yeah. Then again, that is actually a fair point, yeah. How do you know that there are only 10 people on the island? That's just how it is. That's such a bad answer. Since if you doubt that, you're stuck, or it's just a standard rule of the mystery genre, or, yeah, you can't find a good excuse. How do you necessarily know? The culprit owns the island, correct? Yeah. Well, then again, obviously, Nox commandments can't have that. Well, yes, you can if the hidden... Well, you can have a hidden room if there have been clues presented to where it is within. Yeah, the culprit owns the island, correct? They may be hiding in some hidden room. Or perhaps they're like me. Oh yeah, there may be a 1,000-year-old witch. Yeah, they could be 19 though. No, if they went to such lengths to kill a mere 10 people, they couldn't be 1,000 years old. 495 years old at best, I'd say. What's that significant? I swear Ramelia from Toho is 500 years old, so 5 years younger than her, I suppose. That's significant. Don't know about anything else. Closed rooms do appear a lot in mystery novels. Yeah. closed rooms do appear a lot in mystery novels, and books often use the phrase, it could only conceivably have been done with magic. Yeah, Umineko just turned that to another level. Yeah, and here I am with a witch right before my eyes. Isn't it really interesting just how much this foreshadows, genuinely? It's a complicated feeling.
密室殺人とは面白いものであるな。
Very entertaining, these closed room murders.
オチを読めば、それは人間小説、すなわち推理小説となる。
Yeah, once you read the answer, it becomes a tale of humans or a mystery
しか
novel.
しもし、オチを破いて失わせれ
Oh,
ば、
it just leaves you in total confusion. Yeah, but if you take out the part that reveals the
それは
answer...
魔女小説、すなわち
Yeah,
幻
no,
想
I
小説
see
とな
that,
る。
yeah. Yeah, but if you take out the part that reveals the answer, it becomes a tale of witches or a fantasy novel. That's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah, so there's only a tiny difference between human novels and fantasy novels. Yeah, I suppose because of the fact that fantasy novels, they don't actually show any human trick behind the fantasy, and it shows the fantasy as a thing that is objectively happening. With human novels, though, I suppose, you know, there is a human means of explaining everything, and, you know, for example, it could just be that, you know, diversions of the truth are present.
トリックがあれば人間小説になる。
Yeah. If a trick exists, it becomes a human novel.
なければ魔女小説になる。
Yeah, if there isn't one, it's a witch novel. Yeah,
そ
fair.
なたが読むその本の最後のほんの数ページを破り取るだけで、
Simply take out the last few pages of that book you're
そ
reading.
やつをアンノーンとしてわらわに列する魔女とすることができるわけだ。
That is fair, yeah, I see that, yeah. Simply take out the last few pages of the book you're reading, and you may think of Lady, you and Owen as a witch on the same level as myself. Okay, we've got to make the reference. I'm sorry, we've got to make the reference. Oh no, where is it? Oh, where is it? Gotta make the reference. Right. There we are. If you get the reference, you get the reference. If you don't, you don't. I had to make it though. It'd be sinful for me not to. If a trick exists, it becomes a human novel. If there isn't one, it's a witch novel. That is really interesting though. I suppose you could validly say that, but then again, none of Umineko could potentially be a witch novel because of the fact that we knew all of the magic being shown was illusionary. If a trick exists, it becomes a human novel. Simply take out the last few pages of that book you're reading, and you may think of Lady Owen as a witch on the same level as myself. That is fair, yeah. Yeah, that might be surprisingly wise coming from you. Yeah, fair, yeah. So the culprit of an answerless detective novel is a witch.
この世の闇はすべて我ら魔女のものよ。
All of the dark places in this world belong to us witches.
全世界古今東西すべての推理小説に犯人として君
That
臨
is
で
fair.
きようぞ。
Yeah, all of the dark places in this world belong to us witches. So I could reign as the culprit for all detective novels across the world. Yeah, that is fair. Except if you reason it outright and find the true answer, then the witch is done for. Yeah, exactly. So reflective of, you know, what has actually happened, yeah.
推理小説とやらはやはり面白い。
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree. Yeah, these detective novels can be quite intriguing, it
これ
seems.
は実に愉快な思考のゲームであるぞ。
Yeah, it looks to be a truly entertaining thinking game. That's right. This is a thinking game. Exactly, though, yeah. Yeah, that's right. This is a thinking game. You fight against the book. Make a thing. You fight against the book. That is interesting. It's as if you are fighting against what you are being told on the book and on the pages and what you are reading. You fight against the book, make a theory, and then compete against friends who have also read the book.
いや、魔女と人間の戦いでもあるぞ。
Fair, yeah. Yeah, because obviously it's a fight between human and witch reasoning, and isn't it really interesting to think that Yasuda here, she is getting inspiration for what she is actually going to do with regards to, you know, the murder. No, I do see that. That's hilarious. If you take out any parts that hint of the witch actually being a delusion as well, we can't forget about that. Fuck you. Perhaps, but it's also a fight between humans and witches. Will you allow for or deny the magic of my closed room murders? Call it a chess match of mystery. Oh, isn't it ironic that? Yeah. Isn't it interesting to think that these ideas are present here? Maybe that is why Toya actually had inspiration for all of the things regarding the game board. So it isn't a book I'm reading, but a challenge against you. No, I do see that, yeah, indeed. Indeed, as Shannon said a short while ago. As Shannon said a while ago, this story apparently has the truth revealed by a message bottle at the end. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. So if you can't expose the truth of the tale before that point, you lose. After all, the message bottle just happened to drift somewhere that it could be seen. Oh, yeah, fair. Yeah. Yeah, if it got smashed and sank before anyone saw it, this would be a perfect crime. Yeah, or in other words, a witch's crime that's impossible for humans. I see that, yeah. Yeah, that's a fun way to look at it. A fight between me and the witch. Yeah. I really like thinking of it that way. Yeah, because obviously then that'll actually encourage you to think for yourself and, you know, to solve the mystery.
これよりわらわはそなたがそれを読み終えるまで
Starting now until you finish reading.
495年の魔女アンノーンであるぞ
Starting now until you finish reading, I am Lady Owen, the 495-year-old witch.
我が孤島殺人のトリックが見破れるかな
Can you see through my deserted island murder tricks? I do have one theory. You want to play with me, don't you? I've been reading books so much, and you've gotten lonely.
そうとも言う
I love that, yeah. Yeah, and isn't it actually... That's actually really interesting to think that the message bottle actually reveals the truth. So the 2 message bottles that were sent reveal truth. What I'm thinking is because of the fact that it's episode 3, maybe it could be somehow the truth of the past 2 game boards. I don't know though. It's kind of hard to tell. Incidentally, the game Baldur and I played, and then there were none. Yeah, ended with my defeat. In the end, I wasn't able to build a satisfying theory, and I had to learn the truth from the message bottle. Oh yeah, that's annoying, yeah. Luckily, it did manage to drift into humans. Oh yeah, that is good, because obviously then Beatrice is actually denied, yeah. If it had sunk to the bottom of the ocean, as Baldur had suggested, I would have had no way of knowing the truth. So that's indicative of the fact that, you know, later on, the truth is actually discovered. But then again, though, it's going to take so long. I mean, it isn't even discovered when Angie is existing, so I just wonder when it's actually going to be discovered. If it had sunk to the bottom of the ocean, as Baldur had suggested, I would have had no way of knowing the truth. Yeah. In other words, I was forced to acknowledge you and Owen as a witch. Mystery. I once thought it was just a genre for novels. No, I see that, yeah, it's brilliant, it really, really is, yeah. To think that it can so easily become a fight between witches and humans driven fantasy. Yeah, no, I see that, and isn't that ironic? Yeah, I was instantly enraptured by this new game. As the months passed by, I read through all of the mystery novels in the school... Jesus Christ, in the school library. God, somebody has way too much time on their hands. But still, that is really, really good for her, yeah, and started to read mystery novels for adults. Oh yeah, she must be properly clever as a result of that, and it's also really interesting to think that she has a lot of knowledge of perfect crimes. I discussed them with Kumasawa. I discussed them with Shannon. I played my game of theory chess. Oh yeah, that's brilliant, yeah. And isn't it interesting to think about the inspiration for the crime? I played my game of theory chess, the fight between the witches and the truth. Those days were so much fun. Yeah. Oh, I am one yet many. Here's to the fun game of the mind that enraptured me. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Yeah, so now I kind of get the impression that we are actually going to see the fun game of the fun? Why fun? Game of the mind that enraptured me. Yeah, I do wonder. What are we going to see next? I'm actually really quite interested, so... Yeah, what is next?
第4章
New
新し
days.
き日々
Ooh, this looks interesting. But yeah, new days. Days that you were completely changed by your love of the mystery genre. Oh wow, God, I love the seating here. And you know, all of the design in general, really, it's so well done. Ah, yeah, the months and years slid by. In my new, more colourful life, I smiled at the spring sunshine peeking through the trees, gazed up at the column of summer clouds. Enjoyed the piles of fallen leaves in the autumn, and played in the winter. Oh yeah, in the winter snow, the few times it did fall. And yeah, that's fully understandable because of the fact that books, they objectively make you appreciate the world around you more, and I totally see this in myself. I mean, then again, I always have appreciated nature, but books have amplified it a lot. Yeah, as these days passed one after another, there was a considerable change to my environment. Ah, I bet you they're going to be some other of the 7 Stakes of Purgatory, but in human form. The servants coming from the Hukuin house had switched. Yeah, they weren't specific greys like in school. so there was no rule saying how long a servant could work before quitting. Yeah, that's fair, yeah. Yes, each servant made their own decision about when they would graduate from Rokkenjima. Some of those who couldn't stand the environment would quit in as little as 3 days. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that is understandable. Yeah, it might not be for everyone, even if they are a really high-scoring student. After all, life on Rokkenjima was strict. It was also strict in the Hakuin house, of course, but there were a lot of Rokkenjima only rules. Yeah, no, I see that, yeah. And Natsuhi, the one who supervised the servants, was it? Yeah, was very authoritarian. It was probably easy to feel trapped. No, I see that, yeah. Oh yeah, I would not like to be ruled under somebody like Natsuhi, no way. Yeah, that trap feeling and the money sat on opposite sides of the scale that they used to decide the time of their graduation. I like that, yeah. Yes, obviously if you feel too trapped, then because of the fact that the money may still be weighing up on the scale, you're not going to quit because there is still some sort of prospect, you know, of actually enduring the feeling of being trapped and totally feeling controlled. Yeah, and sometimes someone from the Ushinomiya family would use their influence to secure someone a new job. Oh, that's interesting. Encouraging them to spread their wings and start a new... God, that's really good. Yeah, the cycle usually lasted 2 or 3 years. No one decided this, but it was one of the goals most servants shot for, an unspoken rule. Yeah, definitely though, yeah, I see that, yeah, however, I was an exception to that rule. I continued to go to school on Nijima while still living as a servant. Yeah, that year, all of the Hakuin house servants quit at once. God, that really surprises me. It wasn't at all rare for friends to quit at the same time as each other. Oh yeah, fair. Oh God. All of my fellow servants from the Hakuin house graduated from the island at once, leaving only me behind. What about Shannon? Ah, right, never mind. Yeah, of course, I wasn't on particularly good terms with them. Oh yeah, fair, yeah. On the contrary, it was annoying to be treated like a kid and called Yasu all the time. Though some new servants had come after me. The older ones had already gotten them believing that Yasu loses things. Oh, that's horrible. So it wasn't really any pleasant to have new comrades. Arseholes. Those unpleasant older servants, as well as the new as the ones who started at the same time or after I did, all quit at once. Yeah, ironic that, yeah, the Ushinomiya family made no effort to stop them from leaving. Yeah, fair, yeah. Adult servants were easier to handle in the first place. The Hakuin house servants were only accepted so that they could be trained. Yeah, and so all of the servants besides me left, and no one tried to stop them. God, that indicates that Shannon's gone. Oh, yeah, she's gonna be happy to see the back of her, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can see why these would be considered new days. None of the people that, you know, I won't really go as far as saying tormented, but, you know, none of the people that made your life so hard in your old days, really. Yeah. I see that, yeah. Yeah, you never ever let a grudge go. Pathetic. Later, Yasu.
物をなくしたりするんじゃないわよ。
Oh god, don't go losing stuff again. Yeah, but seriously, yeah, don't lose things anymore. Yeah, I like that. A very, very hard message of departure. I don't lose things anymore.
じゃあね。
Later.
奥様の言うことよく聞くのよ。
Make sure you listen to what Madam says.
後から来る仲間に迷惑かけるんじゃないわよ。
Arsehole. Always trying to have a pop at her. Yeah, make sure you listen to what Madam says. Don't you go troubling the next group of servants. Yeah, like she troubled this group of servants. Piss off. You know, it's still a mystery.
どうしてヤスはここに推薦されたの?
They're still doing this, even when she is going. Jesus Christ. You know, it's still a mystery. Why was Yasu recommended for this job? Well, that is a mystery.
未だに奥様がヤスの勤務を認めてる方が意外だ。
Oh yeah, that is a bit more surprising. No, I do totally see that, yeah. It is actually really convenient that they're going because then there was nobody to suspect it. Yeah, it's even more surprising that Madam let Yasu stay for this long. Yeah, because she would never be able to let
逃
her
げ
go.
出さない分だけ根性があるってもんだ。
Oh yeah, well she doesn't really have a choice, but still. Yeah, isn't it really interesting to think about Yasuda, the fact that she has never, ever thought about giving up. It's so impressive, especially when you have dickheads like these amongst you. Yeah, it must have taken some guts not to give up and run away. I do wonder what Mammon especially, but you know, Blim and Beelzebub and Asmodeus are going to be like in real life. I feel like Asmodeus and Beelzebub are going to be really immature, let's be honest. But I think Mammon maybe has potential to be nice. Who knows? I think it's unlikely though. Must have taken some guts not to give up and run away.
しっかりな、ヤス。
Oh yeah, I think it's nice that she's actually saying that. I don't disagree. Yeah, keep it up, Yasu. Oh yeah, that's not nice. Yeah, and she probably has voiced her dislike for it. Yeah, so you just disguise, and I totally fell for it. You disguise a nice message through, you know, malice. Fucking hell. I hate being called Yasu. Oh. Okay, she should have said that beforehand. Maybe they didn't know. At the very end, I finally said the one thing I always wanted to say to them. Yeah, however, they basically ignored me and just picked up their things and left. Then again though, because of the fact that she doesn't know that, you know, Yasuda hates being called Yasu, you know, it doesn't really... That was a nice thing to say. Because she wasn't really realising that fact. I hate being called Yasu. At the very end, I finally said the one thing I'd always wanted to say to them. Yeah. However, they basically ignored me. And just picked up their things and left.
みんなとはついにお友達になれなかったね。
God, no. No way. You would never want to become friends with people that have bullied you. I guess you never got a chance to become friends with them. Yeah, I didn't even want to. Yeah, good.
向こうもそうだったろうし、お相手
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I'm sure they feel the same way, so you're even.
あの人たちの
I
こと
see
は
that, yeah.
もう忘れちゃおう。
Good advice, yeah. Let's just forget about those people.
もうお互い何の関わりもない。
Let's just forget about those people. I'm sure they no longer have anything to do with us.
だから
True.
心に留める必要もない。
So there's no reason to think about them. Yeah, you're right. I agree, yeah. I felt just a bit disappointed. Yeah, no, I see that. Because though she would have improved her efficiency in her jobs, because of the fact that, you know, she's always had that thing to sneer about, you know, the fact that she hasn't actually been able to, Well, wait, no. So, because of the fact that though her efficiency in her work is actually improving, because of the fact that at the beginning she, you know, gave them a nasty impression with, you know, her performance, you know, that beginning impression has tainted their impressions of Yasuda's performance so much so that they've never been able to really acknowledge the severe amount of effort that she is putting in her work. Yeah, I felt just a bit disappointed. I never got a chance to prove to them that I could take care of myself. Nah, that's fair. Yes. I agree. Yeah, it's hard for people to throw off their first impression. Yeah. That's just how it is. Yeah, no matter how wonderfully you grow. I agree, yeah. I think that's really nice, yeah. No matter how wonderfully you grow, those people would have probably always called you Yasu and made fun of you. Yeah, good one. There's no reason for you to want their admiration. Yes. Yeah, you're right, Shannon. I completely forget about those, but good. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah, you are a great friend. I couldn't agree more. You're one of the most kind people anyone could ever want to meet. Look at what you did to George. God, it sounds like she's done something bad, but you get what I mean. Good. You have two great friends, Kumasawa-san and me. Yes, yes, definitely, yeah. Yeah, and if you want to prove that you can take care of yourself, prove it to the new servants who are coming. Yeah. Yeah, Shannon was exactly right. Ever since that day when I held the key with the spiderweb charm up high. Yeah, and you've had it totally taken away by these people that are above you and older than you, but you've regained it yourself, and that is why it's going to stick with you, because you have made the effort, nobody else has told you, you have made the effort yourself to actually make it so that, you know, your confidence is back. Yeah, yes. And now I think my theory of why she actually had control, why Beatrice has control over all the seven sects of purgatory could potentially be coming into play. Because of the fact that Yasuda is the most experienced servant and she's probably going to show the new servants just how good she is. Then again, I don't understand how Belphegor, Satan, Leviathan and Lucifer were her servants though. Understandable if, you know, Asmodeus, Mammon and Beelzebub were the servants, if they are the three people that are going to join here. But I don't understand about the other four. I'm now the most experienced Hakuin servant. The new servants who come will probably still be older than me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely, yeah. But I need to teach them the ropes as the more experienced servant. Genji-sama even told me to lead the newer servants as a senpai. Wow. God, you can tell how much Genji admires Yasuda. Okay, I'll give it my all. Good for you. Oh, I agree. That's the right attitude. I have so much respect for Shannon, seriously. That is going to age badly, I know, but yeah. This is such a beautiful song, by the way. Yeah, prove what you've learned and brew some good manufacture some new servants from experience. Wow. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be so sweet. I admire Yasuda so much. Oh, yeah. That's interesting. So, in Japanese, this actually means tomorrow, ashita, and then oto. So I wonder what her name was actually there. Asune, by the way, really ironic, because obviously Asmodeus is really similar. Right. Pleased to meet you. My name is Belner. God, you look ugly in that outfit. You actually look cool. I think that works, but you just don't work. I'm sorry. My name is Belner. Belner. What does that kanji mean, I wonder? Let's do some kanji recognition. Right, okay. Here we are. Oh, it quite literally means a bell. That's hilarious. So quite literally means the sound of bells. I love that. What about Mamon's name? Nice to meet you. Oh. Oh my god, yeah, the newly arrived servants looked a bit superficial. Alright, so Mamon isn't actually here. When I first joined the Ushinomiya family, I was incredibly nervous. Oh no, no, I couldn't agree more. They seem so excited. And obviously, they seem like really pleasant people. If you win their right side. That's right. Oh yeah, usually kids with good grades and behaviour were selected. How were they selected? Who did it? Yeah, the board of directors came and interviewed them. Yeah, fair. Yeah, and then we judged on other things like their everyday conduct. God, the board of directors, wow. Did you just listen to what she said? Their everyday conduct? Well, I mean, then again, that is actually fair enough, but what if, I don't know, for example, the people that are most close to the person in question is, are actually asked? What then? As long as they acted like good kids in front of the adults, they could pass. No, I don't think it would be that stupid. Well, then again, those people that we saw that were complete arses to Yasuda, fair enough. Well, there were times that they passed because the adults watching them decided that they would be fine. Ironic, yeah. All of the children who came from the Hukuin house were highly individualistic. They polished that attitude while they worked as servants. And eventually grew to be servants who would not shame the Ushinomiya family. No, I do see that, yeah, because obviously they have really individualistic attitudes, and then, not only can they offer a lot to the wider life of the servant community, and then, Jesus Christ, I sound like I'm some sort of school NPC when I say that, but, they can just benefit the community of the servants greatly, and they can also, probably crack a few jokes with the family. They can just make the Ushinomiya household a more pleasant place to be in general, really. I see. However, encouraging this behaviour was the role of the more experienced servants. Since I was the only one with experience, it was my responsibility to guide them. What were the new kids like? They were the elite, of course. Of irreproachable conduct. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I think they were like that when Madam and Genji-san were around. However... Oh, this could either be good or bad. I don't know. They're either playful or they're very malicious. However, when the superiors weren't around.
ちょっと不真面目だったみたいで。
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, they didn't take things quite as seriously. At least they're not arseholes.
アスネさん、お道具は使うたびにちゃんと台車に戻してください。
Oh, right, I see. So even when they're on the job, oh, that must be annoying. That's actually really quite ironic to think that if you just act like a good kid in front of the adults and you're a complete snake to the people that you actually knew, you can still pass it. Asane-san, make sure you put your tools on the cart when you're done using them. Huh? Sure, sorry. Yeah, you're not going to be here for long. Yeah, or if, you know, you were disciplined by Yasuda and Sayor, then fine. Yeah, I also have to be alert as a more experienced servant. Yeah, fair, yeah. And Bedune-san, you shouldn't set your key down in a place like that. Oh god, yeah, talking experience, yeah, you'll lose it. Oh. Yeah, these people are going to be difficult to actually, you know, discipline. I'm not going to lose it. I never forget where I put things. When I first arrived here, the older servants would often tell me off just as I had done now. Oh yeah, I couldn't agree more. They would probably have been mean and obnoxious about it. I had hated that, so I tried to be more gentle when admonishing them. Oh yeah, that is tricky, but they wouldn't take me seriously. Listen up. Oh my god, this is going to be funny. You know, there's a witch living in the mansion, don't you? Oh, Beatrice. Oh my god, so that's... God, I'm actually really quite surprised that they've actually heard Kinzo say that already, and yet they're this new. Ha, yeah, that sounded just like... God, they don't have respect. Don't tell me. Yeah, I can see how these people would be problems. Yeah, don't tell me you believe in that too, Shannon-chan. Yeah, she kinda does, yeah. Yeah, she really exists. Well, then again, I mean, she's dead now, but still, she did exist. If you leave things lying around, the witch will prank you and hide them. It's true. Yeah, I've gotten into trouble many times because of it. God, I wonder what they're gonna say. A witch hiding things. Because these people, even though they are a little bit, you know, immature and annoying, you know, obviously not like that in front of their superiors, but still, yeah, witch hiding things. Yeah, they have a more logical approach that obviously isn't one that has been biased by being involved in the folklore. It's totally impossible. After all. Yeah. There's no way witches could exist. I feel bad for Shannon and Yasuda for having to control these people. Yeah, there's no way they could exist. Because what these people do is obviously... I mean, Yasuda and Shannon, they have actually made it so that they've kind of contradicted themselves. I mean, you know, they're saying, listen to us, listen to what I factually believe you should do, and yet we're going to bribe you with fictional creatures like witches. Yeah, there's no way they could exist, witches. I thought they were just pranks.
いや、そう思っていられるうちが気楽だった気がします。
Right, I'm just gonna have a little break for a second. Oh, I love this track. Actually, I don't know. I was thinking of having a little break, but I'm sorry. This is just what Yukishi does best. Now I'm too interested to have a break. I thought they were just pranks. No, it was easier to think of it that way. Yeah, I just don't really understand. She's so uncharacteristically serious now. Yeah, did you think that the witch Beatrice actually existed?
私は信じない。
I don't believe it.
ベアトリーチェであったかはわかりません。
I don't know if it was Beatrice.
でも人間じゃない何かが
But I do think that something
確か
inhuman
にあのお屋敷にいたんじゃないかと思います。
really did exist in this mansion.
人間じゃない何かというのはベアトリーチェの可能性もあると思う。
Did you think that there's a chance this non-human thing was Beatrice?
バカバカしい。
Yeah, and it is really interesting to think that these people could potentially have some sort of inhuman delusions, but at the same time, because of the fact that they have never been characterized by the, exposure to the folklore of Beatrice, they're never going to have traces of her in.
バカバカしいと思いたい。
Ooh, I wish I could say it was ridiculous. God, I just genuinely...
ヤスのいたずら。仕返しでしょ。
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that must have been a prank of Yasu's. No, not a prank. Revenge.
私も最初はそう思ったけれど。
I did think that at first, but...
いたずらでは説明できないことがあった。
Did something happen that couldn't be explained away as a prank?
必要
It was
と
persistent
いうか
and
気
creepy.
持ち悪い。具体的にはどんなことがあったの？
What kind of things happened specifically?
置いたものがふと振り返った拍子にはもうないんです。
Things are set down would disappear as soon as I looked away for a sec. God.
ヤスが隠したんでしょ。
Didn't Yasu just hide them? Yeah, that is reasonable to
最
think.
初は
Yeah.
そう思った。
I thought so at first.
そう考えるのが自然だった。
It was only natural to think
で
that.
も違和感も覚えてた。
But I started getting this feeling that something wasn't
あん
right.
な気弱な子がそこまでえげつないことするかなってずっと思ってた。
I kept thinking, could such a timid kid really get away with something so
どんな
obnoxious?
ことがあったか
Can you
話
tell
し
us
て
what happened?
鍵束がなくなった時には私が見てない隙にヤスがひょいってどこかに隠したんだろうと思えた。
When my keyring disappeared, it was easy to think that Yasu snatched it when I wasn't looking.
鍵束から一つの鍵だけが消えてて、
But when a single key disappeared off my keyring and reappeared somewhere completely
そ
different,
れがありもしないところから出てくるなんて考えられない。
Yeah, that is actually quite odd. I do see that.
その鍵だけあんたが見てない隙に引っこ抜いたんじゃないの？
Maybe Yasu just pulled that one key off while you weren't looking.
そんなのできる？実際に。
Yeah, is that even possible? Practically, so I feel like what this person is doing is, there has been some sort of means of the, I don't know. I don't really know though. Then again, how could a key not be securely tied onto a ring, especially because of the fact that it looks as if it's made from metal as well, or just some sort of really robust material? Yeah, is that even possible? Practically
鍵
speaking.
束を丸ごとひょいっと隠すならともかく、
Yeah, hiding the whole ring is one thing.
鍵束から鍵を一つ抜き取るって考え
No,
れ
I
ば考
agree.
えるほど
Yeah.
に簡単じゃないよ。
I feel like what this person has done, they've taken a single key off and then they're blaming it on the fact that, it could potentially be some sort of weird phenomena, even though they're just trying to deflect the fact that they've probably taken it off without them realising it and then, it's fallen out of their pocket when they were busy with something else. Is that even possible? Practically speaking, hiding the whole ring is one thing, but if you really think about it, taking a single key off the key ring isn't that easy. Yeah. Yeah, the keys will clatter together. I was just standing right next to them, facing the other way, get it? If you took your time removing a key when I was that close, even an idiot like me would have noticed. I think this is just a fabrication of what she has actually thought of. Why do we have to accept this as gospel? Why is this true? But a single key just vanished without a sound. At that moment, I finally realised. This wasn't Yasu trying to get back at me. But it was myself, please. Oh no, it was something worse. And where did you find this disappearing key? It was... Oh, it was in my locker! Oh my god, that is so funny! Oh my god, you just make it seem so absurdly ominous and creepy. Where it's actually such a cheap answer. Oh my god, you are an idiot. And isn't it just really quite funny? Because firstly, you blame it on Yasuda, you blame it on somebody else who's trying to have a pick at you. And then you realise that it's actually your own, you know, answers. And this is what we did as well. We thought that, you know, it was just servants being assholes that were older to Yasuda. But it wasn't actually, it was just her completely forgetting, but then projecting all of that forgetfulness onto an illusion, thus having, you know, thus afterwards having improved from it. Well, you can be pretty absent-minded, Bedine. Seriously, yeah. Are you sure you didn't just, take that, key off and put it in your locker? Then again, what if it was a careless mistake? Why would I take the key off the ring? Have you ever taken a key off or put a key on your key ring, Asune? I'll try doing it myself. It's really stiff. Oh. Yeah, that is actually a little bit odd. I see that. I'd never go to all that trouble. There'd be no point. Am I a sleepwalker or something? How could I not remember something I've done? Yeah, I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. I don't forget about things I do that easily. And anyway, I know I have my key with me when I entered the room. Yeah, otherwise how could I have unlocked the door? Okay then. Yasu, careful not to make any sound. Slip the key off. And hid it in your locker. That has to be it. Then again, I don't really understand why she would do it. I mean... Yeah, that's what I thought at first. I jumped at Yasu, telling that kid not to mess with me. But even as I said it, I realised. Isn't there something completely wrong here? After all, on that day, we were cleaning up shit. We were cleaning that room with Yasu the whole time, right? Fair, yeah, there wouldn't have been time for Yasu to noisily remove a key. It was impossible for Yasu. It was impossible for Yasu. In fact, it should have been impossible for anyone. Then again, isn't it really interesting to think that with regards to Yasuda, what she has actually done is she knows loads of mystery novels. So, in theory, because of her having read and then there were none, could she potentially have been inspired by that and then, you know, maybe somehow try to make the perfect key removal, even though it seemed impossible for her to actually do it and it seemed impossible for anyone else to do it? Then again, though, how would you get, Bedune's, you know, locker key though, without stealing it.
もうマスターキーが1本足りなかったとか。
Yeah. Maybe the ring was missing a master key when you got it. I feel like there's either something really weird or just a really trivial answer.
だから言ってんじゃん。
I already told you.
ちゃんと鍵は最初あった。
The key really was there in the beginning.
あの部屋の鍵を開けたのは私。
I was the one who
だ
unlocked
から
that
絶
room.
対鍵はあった。
So it must have been there.
部屋に入って。
And then I went into the room.
私バカだから鍵のジャラジャラが嫌いでひょいとベッドの上に置いといた。
And then I went into the room. I'm stupid, and since I hate having the keys clattering around, I placed the ring on the bed.
それで掃除終わって鍵玉取って正常しようとしたらもうなかった。
Yeah, then when we finished, is it actually in your pocket? Yeah, then when we finished cleaning, I picked up the ring, tried to lock the door, and it was
背
gone.
中を向けてはいたけれど鍵のすぐそばにいた。
Yeah, I may have turned my back on the ring, but it was right next to me.
誰かが鍵を一本だけ抜くなんていたずらをして悠長にガチャガチャ言わせたらすぐわかる。
Yeah, so if someone tried to pull a prank by removing just one key, I'd have heard the
なのに
clinking.
その部屋の鍵一本だけがスーッと蒸発して私のロッカーの中に。
And yet, just the key from that room vanished and appeared again in my locker.
いいよ。ヤスがこっそりやったって仮定してもいい。
Oh, I like this part of the soundtrack. It sounds really quite relaxing. A little bit ominous as well. I like it. Interesting. Right, so this is indicative of the fact that what has actually happened is, what Yasuda has actually done is there's a set of keys there, and then Yasuda has had an empty set of keys. She's replaced Beelzebub's set of keys with the empty set of keys somehow, probably with a trick of the hand. Maybe let's say you're looking this way, and then Yasuda is just doing something, and then she slightly switches it over when you can't fully see it. You switch it over, and then you get the keys and you put them in the locker, and then you teach them a lesson. Then again though, I don't really understand what this would be for. Like, why would you do this? What is the point of it? Apart from to teach someone a lesson. Like, isn't it going to be quite obvious that it's you? Especially if you have actually done it. But then again though, I mean, I suppose if these people reason out that it wasn't Yasuda and it couldn't have been Yasuda, then yeah, fair. But I think a key was never removed. That's the key. Do you know what's sad about that? I didn't even intend for that to be a pun. Oh my fucking god. I did not even intend for that to be a pun. Please, somebody snuff out my life. Genuinely. I do not deserve to be able to make videos if I accidentally make puns like that. Puns. Pun indicates that it's funny. That wasn't funny. I'm sorry, but there is nothing other than a sleight of hand that could have been the case here, in my opinion, at least. Yeah, but you placed it on the bed. What if Yasuda was near the bed? I mean, problem solved. Yeah, you may have turned your back on it, which could be indicative of the fact that somebody, if very sneaky, could actually, you know, slip it with a flick of the hand. Or, what if you actually had some sort of little device? What if you had, for example, a long hook? What if you had... Ooh, oh, I don't know what they're actually called, but there's these really thin and long metal things. What you basically do is... they're really, really thin, and they're long, probably around, like, maybe 40-50 centimeters, and what you do is you stab them into a cake, and then you see how it actually rises, and you see whether you know, it's too spongy and it needs to be cooked more, or if it's actually finished cooking and it rises like a correct cake should, from your little poke in it. What if, for example, because what these things have, they have a little bit of a circular top, so you could have potentially got the circular top. You could have maybe, or maybe just, no, more like a hook actually. No, not a thing with a circular top. But the ones I have, you know, they do actually have a hook, so you could use this example. So, yeah, you could hook it on, and then you could just take it. If you did it really sneakily, then you could just subtly throw or slide the other keys on, and then you could in theory replace it. I don't know, that's got to be the case. But then again, this is the weird thing. How have you done that so quickly that Asune has not seen Yasuda? Weird. Well, Yasuda's a mystery novel fan. I think we can see this here. Yeah, so nobody removed the key. I think that's obvious, in my opinion at least. But then again, I don't understand how Yasuda has the key to Beelzebub's locker. Well, wait, no. Yeah, that is actually a good point. Like, well, I suppose the servant keys actually access anything, because with that question, how could Beelzebub actually have access to her locker again if the key was inside there? So, okay, let's say that Yasu managed to sneak it away. Right, I've just got to take a break, because now I can't, not. Right, BRB. Right, okay, I'm back. Yeah, it was actually really quite nice having a break, because I've actually had a little bit of a chance just to think, you know, to myself about what the actual answer of this mystery actually is, and all of it just pinpoints to the same, you know, reasoning, so I really hope I've got it right. So, okay, let's say that Yasu managed to sneak it away. It's easier to think of that way, but still. But that is actually a really good point, yeah. How could Yasu have put it in my locker? Yeah, that is fair, actually. Yeah, Yasu and I were together the whole time, right? That would be indicative of the fact that the key in the locker was a different one to the one that, you know, Beelzebub actually had. So what I'm assuming has happened is Yasu has somehow switched the key that Beelzebub has with an empty one. So Yasu basically has two pairs of keys. So Yasu uses her own key to... No, Yasu uses, you know, Beelzebub's key to, you know, unlock the locker, and then she puts it back. But then again, I don't really understand this. Yeah. Yasu was with me until the moment I found it in my locker, get it? So that would be indicative of the fact that the keys in the locker aren't Beelzebub's. Yeah, that does make sense. And it was actually placed in there before. And this is just a little prank, because what Yasu has done is she's stolen her keys and she's replaced them with, you know, the empty keys. And when the locker, I bet you anything, when the locker was actually opened, Yasu was the one who did it, because of the fact that she has Beelzebub's keys. Yeah, I'm telling you it's impossible. And then what I feel Yasu actually did is she replaced the keys, and she subtly gave Beelzebub's keys back to her, and, you know, obviously kept her keys for herself. Even as I jumped at Yasu, I began to feel it. Oh. I mean, Yasu's eyes seem to be saying it silently. Oh, yeah, interesting. According to Yasu, the reason things used to go missing all the time wasn't because Yasu was forgetful, as everyone said, but actually, it was because... But actually, it was because impossible things would suddenly happen, just like they had to me. And... Oh my god. Oh, yeah, I can see why the spotlight would be here. Yasu was with you the whole time, so there was no chance for Yasu to put the key in the locker. So I think what Yasu has done is she has stolen Beelzebub's key beforehand, and then she has used that to put the key in the locker. Then what I think has happened is, you know, she subtly switched Beelzebub's keys so that, well, she's stolen Beelzebub's key, she's used that to open the locker, and then she's, you know, obviously closed it with her own key. Because I'm assuming the 7 keys all have, the 7 lockers all use the same key because of the fact that the key set only has 1 key on it. So, yeah, that's my assumption. And then, you know, Beelzebub has actually been holding Yasu's key, and then what happens is Yasu, with a slight trick of hand, makes it so that the ring is placed on the bed instead of the keys that were Yasu's, and then Yasu, wait, no, I'm kind of confused. I've got the explanation in my head, but trying to explain it is just kind of confusing me. Did other strange things like that happen? Yeah, they did. Right, so let me just think about this. So yeah. So when she has no key, Yasu then... Wait, no. So I think Yasu's keys... So I think she had somehow stolen, you know, Beelzebub's keys from her before. Then she had used her key to open the locker. And then, No, wait. No. I think Yasu's key is the one in the locker. And then what she has done is she's, with a trick of hand, replaced Beelzebub's key with the ring. So then she used Beelzebub's own key to then unlock the locker with Yasu's key in. She subtly swaps the keys, so then Yasu gets her keys and then Beelzebub gets her keys. That's what I'm assuming happened. I don't know though. Yeah, they did. Or we could just think about the fact that she has just been really stupid, but I don't want to think of that as an answer. That's just too boring. Yeah, they did. Afterwards, other things happened, and not just things disappearing over and over. Over and over. Of course, I started getting nervous and made sure not to put things down in places like that, but that didn't help. At first, I was angry at Yasu. Yeah, because he can't prove it. First I was angry at Yasu, but at some point I began to realise that I was mistaken. Yeah, that's totally... Now that could be indicative of the fact that maybe it was a pickpocket trick. Which is also what I thought about. Oh my god. One time a key even disappeared from a ring that I'd left in my pocket. Yeah. Then I realised these weren't Yasu's pranks. The same thing that happened to Yasu was now happening to me. Now, isn't it really interesting to think that what Yasu is actually doing is she's trying to change these people like she was changed herself? But then again, the thing that is really weird about these people is, you know, it's so hard to prove that it's Yasu, so as a result you can't prove it, and you have to believe in the witch. Which totally forms the basis for the crime. Just you know, it's all of this, but done on an extreme scale. Calm down a bit. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think some of those were Yasu's fault. Yes. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Calm down a bit. I think some of those were Yasu's fault, and the others were you just being clumsy. It's true that the mansion is always dark and eerie. Yeah. Nah, that's fair, yeah, and it does feel like the sort of place you'd find a curse. I'm sure that's what made you scared like that? You saw it too, didn't you? White shadow? You saw it too, didn't you? Remember that vanishing white shadow? White shadow, that's a bit oxymoronic. We saw in the VIP room that rainy day. Yes, I saw. But yeah, seriously though, yeah. Yes, I saw, but couldn't that have just been Madam or Milady wearing something white? Yeah. What do you mean something white? Yeah, I thought it was a bit weird, and obviously it was a white shadow. That would be indicative of the fact that, you know, it's not only the top half, but the bottom half as well. All in white. Yeah, have you ever seen either of them wearing something like that? Yeah, and besides that, that VIP room is always locked. They don't have keys to it. There had to have been some kind of ghost. No, I disagree. I think this is Yasuda's doing, and what she's actually doing is trying to make it so that these people fully believe in the fact that there is some sort of witch or some sort of being of a higher power that is actually going to affect them if they don't, you know, maintain themselves, and if they don't, you know, make it so that they don't have full control over their, you know, the things they are holding, and if they don't become more disciplined. Isn't that interesting? I think that's got to be Yasuda, and that would actually tie into what we've learned with episode 7 quite a lot. Nah, would it? No, I don't think so, but still. It can't, no. That was my theory, that the person escaping was Yasuda, but no, I don't think so. I think it was probably Genji. Yeah. Interesting that they don't have the keys to it. Then again, that's what we know. And if you told someone like Genji that it was for good intent, then maybe you could gain his approval, thus gaining his key. Oh my god. Oh no, she seems totally paranoid. Yeah, but I don't blame her. Yeah, so basically Bedene started acting like this. Yeah, totally scared. I've got more street smarts than her. Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I've got more street smarts. Street smarts, how cheesy. I've got more street smarts than her, so the more scared she was, the more I thought the witches were stupid and couldn't exist. Polar opposites. Still, I had to be careful about what I said. By the way, seeing Asmodeus in a serious manner, this is wrong. Still, I had to be careful about what I said. Yeah, no, I see that, yeah. I mean, I realised that this wasn't something I should talk about carelessly. All ghost stories and curses sound stupid to outsiders. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I agree, yeah. But to all the people who believe in them, it's absolutely not a joking matter. Yeah. No, I don't disagree. Yeah, it really was no joke. Yeah, that must have hurt her. Yeah, Asune didn't believe a word of what I said. Oh, that's going to be interesting. So I eventually stopped telling her about it and confessed to Yasu instead. Yeah. I told Yasu I thought you were the culprit, but it couldn't have been you. It said that something...
そうおかしなものにやられてるって
Yeah, strange. What's happening to me?
そうしたらなんて
And what was that kid's answer?
自分も同じようなことが何度もあったけど誰に相談しても信じてくれなかったって
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Yasu said that the same thing had happened many times already, but no one else believed any of it.
第一先輩とかはヤスのことバカにしてたけどヤスも言われるほどどっちでもバカでもなかった
Yeah, it's good that she realizes that. Yeah, in the first place, the older servants always made fun of Yasu, but that kid clearly wasn't as clumsy or stupid as they
下
said.
に仕切られるのはムカつくからいつも反抗してたけど仕事は割とそつなくこなしてた
Yeah, that's interesting. I hated having a younger person tell me what to do, so I always resisted, but Yasu always got our work done
そん
flawlessly.
なヤスがそこまでバカにされるほど
Oh,
物を
yeah.
なくすなんてことあるのかなって
Yeah, and it's interesting
不思
just...
議に思ってた
It is so interesting just to see the total learning curve of Yasu. You know, the fact that now she is so superior that, you know, it's just weird that she ever could have made these
だから
mistakes.
確信したの
I was sure then.
いる
It existed.
このお屋敷には人間とは異なる何かおかしなものがいるって
Yeah, I was sure then. It existed. Some strange, inhuman thing existed in this mansion.
それが魔女ベアトリーチェだと
And that thing was the witch, Beatrice.
もしそれがそう呼ばれるものなら
Yeah,
信じる
that's interesting. If that's what you want to call it, I'll believe it.
とに
Yeah.
かく人間じゃ説明ができないものが確かにあの屋敷にはいたの
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it, I'll believe it. Anyway, something that couldn't be explained away by human actions. Yeah, definitely existed there.
それを理解できない人たちが私やヤスのことをどちらのうっかりだの勝手に言ってた
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, people who didn't understand that kept calling Yasu and me forgetful.
分かってない全然分かってない
They didn't get it. They just didn't get it. Yeah. No, I see that. Yeah.
でも
Still.
ベルネもさすがにヤバいと思ってしっかりするようになったじゃん
Still, it did freak you out for a while, but then you got a lot better.
そしたら物がなくなるとかの騒ぎなくなったじゃん
Ah, yeah. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. After that, all that fuss about you losing things went away, right? Yep, ironic that. Yeah, because the more you improve, the less you lose things. Thus, the less Yasu needs to interfere. I think Yasu's definitely the culprit here.
ベルネの勘違いだったんだ
No way. So it must have been your imagination all this time. There are some things that are very weird and very concerning if this was her imagination. Like, I'm sorry, but how do you literally forget the location of a key that you have used to, you know, unlock a door? I mean, very careless mistake, sure, but yeah. Then how do you explain the fact that there was no ring if it was just her memory being bad?
私ヤ
You're
ス
wrong.
にシャノに熊沢さんとかにも相談したの
I talked to Yasu, to Shannon, and Kumasawa-san, and the others about it.
そしたらやっぱり魔女はいる
Yeah, exactly. All of them are going to say it. And isn't it really interesting to think that the witch is a complete fabrication, it's total lies, but the only thing is they're actually using it to, you know, freak these people out into improving. It's brutal, it really is. Yeah, the old servants all made sure to respect her.
私はベアトリーチェなんているわけないって堂々とバカにしてたからたたられたんだって
Yeah, that's interesting. The old servants all made sure to respect her. They said, I've been cursed. Cursed, because I'd simply gone around saying that Beatrice
だか
didn't
ら
exist.
心を入れ替えた
So I reformed.
ヤスに貴賓室の人形のお参りの仕方を習った
Oh, that's interesting. That is really interesting. Yasu taught me how to give offerings to the doll in the VIP
源氏
room.
様に頼んで鎮守の社にもお参りさせてもらった
Oh yeah, that is interesting. I'll ask Genji-sama for permission and pray it
そ
was
したら
signed
収
as
まっ
soon.
たのピタリと
Then it all stopped all at
マ
once.
スネも途中から魔女のことバカにしなくなったからよかったけど
Yeah, and then it all stopped all at once. You were okay, Asune, since you stopped making fun of the witch partway through.
もしも空気読まずにずっとバカにし続けてたら今度はあんたがたたりの標的にされてたに違いない
God, yeah, but if you'd cluelessly gone on making fun of her. You surely would have been cursed next.
私が保証するよ。絶対にあんたがたたられてた。
Yes, I guarantee it. You definitely would have been cursed.
さすがに
I guess.
私もドン引くかな。
Yeah, even I was creeped out by you two.
口に出していいよ。
I never said it out loud, but
あんた分かってない。
yeah, you just don't get it.
本当に分かってないよ。
You really don't.
だから私は新しい後輩にはきちっと教えたよ。
So I made sure to teach all the newer servants. Yeah, and isn't that interesting?
ベア
Yeah.
トリーチ様という魔女がいる。
Yeah, and that's understandable, and isn't it just interesting to think that this is the way the faith actually gets, you know, passed around? You get somebody who genuinely believes in it because of the fact that, you know, firstly, everyone's actually told her to believe in it, and, you know, there have been some occurrences that have been really quite unusual, so as a result of that, instead of thinking about how it could be, you've just chose the easy option and, you know, think that it's Beatrice. Yeah, you really don't. So I made sure to teach all the newer servants, well, a witch called Beatrice somehow lives in this
バ
mansion.
カにするとマジでたたるからって。
Yeah. If you make fun of her, you really will be cursed.
ベルね。
Berune.
物がね、消えたらそれは魔女がすぐ近くにいて私たちを見てるって合図なんだよ。
When things disappeared, that was a sign that the witch was close by and watching us. No way. And this is just really interesting because I think this shows the extreme that Yasuda could have potentially fallen into. You know, just being so paranoid by these, you know, things that have actually happened. So as a result, you know, you just think about the fact that, you know, there's no, it's not your fault. It's not anybody else's fault. There's no culprit. You're not at fault. It's the witch. Then again, I suppose you could think that if you stopped doing what you were doing in terms of mistakes, then the witch would stop coming to, you know, do all these unexplainable things in your head. So, yeah, maybe that could be the case. So, you feel compelled to stop because of the fact that if you don't, the witch will keep on disappearing, you know, making stuff disappear. Yeah, when things disappeared, there was a sign that the witch was close. Yeah, that was a sign that the witch was close by and watching
いた
us.
ずらだとか魔女なんかいるわけないとか
If you said it was a prank, or that witches couldn't
そん
exist,
なことを言ったら
yeah,
もっとたたられてしま
you'd be cursed even
う。
more.
私もヤスもそう。
It was like that for both Yasu and me.
鍵が消えたら
When the key disappeared,
それは魔女が現れた印。
isn't that interesting? Yeah, I don't disagree with that. It's a sign that the witch has appeared if you actually interpret it wrong. It's a sign of reasoning, really. When the key appears, it's a potential for the witch to appear because of the fact that, you know, it's a situation where you can actually use your reasoning to find out a key answer to, or you can just, you know, devise an answer that actually, you know, satisfies your, you know, lack of ability to think and, you know, makes it so that Beatrice is the culprit. I see that. I like that. Oh. Oh my god, why is Golden Slaughterer playing? It's definitely not a song choice I'd expect. Is it because of the fact that this has totally tormented her? And, you know, as a result of that, she is just, you know, probably scarred for life. I hope not. God. But then again, as Bedounes said, what, you know, has actually happened to her is she has begun to, you know, feel as if everything regarding Beatrice is really quite problematic. But then, you know, she has, she slowly adapted and, you know, she's became a better worker. So as a result of that, less has happened in terms of what the witch is doing. In other words, she's made less mistakes that she can blame. And Yasu has stopped pranking her as well. Yeah, no, I see that, yeah. Bedouin-san carelessly tossed her keyring on the key bed again, humming as she started to clean. Yeah. No matter how much I warn her, she doesn't change her way. Oh, yeah, I see that. So that could actually be, you know, a way of totally scaring her. So as a result of that, you know, she will think it's impossible. And then, you know, she will think it's impossible for anyone human to have done it apart from the witch. I wonder if this is Yasuda's point of view. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. Yeah, no matter how much I warn her, she doesn't change her ways. She's always making fun of me and calling me Yasu, so she won't listen to what I tell her. Yeah, no, I see that, yeah. Yeah, why won't she listen to what I say? Isn't it really interesting to think what Yasuda has actually done is she's scared her into actually thinking? I suppose Yasuda, she wasn't really scared, but she was more, well, she was scared at first, but then she had obviously grown to come with acceptance. But these people were different because of the fact that they, well, obviously, they think of a witch as, you know, nothing that they can communicate with because they don't have that naive child desire to, you know, become friends with everything you see, really. They just view it as a threat. Yeah, why wouldn't she listen to what I say? You mustn't leave things lying carelessly about. Yeah, if you lower your guard, the witch will prank you. Isn't it interesting to think that she still believes that? Yeah, she still sees Beatrice. Yeah, but that's interesting because that totally shows the ridiculous amount of faith. Look at that delicious keyring. Ah, yes, my favourite. Delicious keyrings. Gotta love eating keyrings. My favourite hobby. It's probably hers. So eat it, please. Oh my god, I thought that was... Why? Stop it, please. That's Bedouin-san's key. Keep your pranking to me alone. Let the others be. No, I see that, yeah. Without causes you've grown, you're no fun anymore. Just kidding. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Still, how unpleasant these people are, refusing to listen to my friend's kindly advice. Any insult to my friend I take as an insult to myself. Are you planning to steal Bedouin-san's key? Please don't do it. She'll think I hid it. She thinks my magic is naught, but the scheme of a child like you? Very well then. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Let's just show us something that would be impossible for a human. And isn't it interesting to see the beginning of, you know, Gap actually, the beginning of Yasuda beginning to show others the impossibility of the situations that have actually happened. Let's show her my magic. Foolish Bedouin. I'll make you regret not listening to my friend's advice. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, this flimsy body is not enough. I'm borrowing yours. Yeah. I think this is a really interesting embellishment of the truth because it totally shows the fact that, you know, like this shows that, you know, Yasuda is quite literally borrowing the body of the witch. It's been too long since I've shown you real magic. Let my body return to the land of the living for just a moment. Oh. A shiver ran up my body like an electric shock. From that moment onwards, I couldn't move any part of my body. What the fuck? Wait, what? Hang on a second, what? Like a moment of shock after a blackout. I could do nothing but accept the fact that I had lost control. That is so weird. What? All of the cells around my body felt tingly. It felt as though my body had been transformed into someone else's. I realised that the witch Beatrice was using my body as a vessel to revive for a short period of time. And isn't it really interesting to think that, ironically, even though Yasuda is the one who is making this crime happen, you know, she's trying to subconsciously distract herself, and she thinks that it's so different to what she would normally do. It's as if the witch that, you know, is part of her subconscious has kind of taken her over, and she doesn't feel that she is actually who she is because of that. That's interesting. That is just genuinely so weird. Isn't it interesting to think that she has the total, like, you know, psychological feelings as well, like, and, you know, her nerves and all of the mechanisms of her body are actually making it so that it's actually like a simulation of, you know, somebody else actually taking over the body. It's just so weird that, you know, your brain can be convinced with something so much so that, you know, stuff like that can actually happen. Yeah, isn't that interesting? I realised that the witch Beatrice was using my body as a vessel to revive for a short period of time. Very nice. Yeah, that ticklish feeling of the air on my skin. Having a body is simply wonderful. What are you trying to do? Please don't do anything mean. Oh, I think that's not going to be the case whatsoever. I just find it so interesting to think that she is making the conscious decision to distract herself from what she is actually doing. It's so weird. This time, everything was backwards. My words are spoken inside my heart. Yeah, and the witch's voice was coming out of my mouth. That is really weird. Fear not. I'll give your body back soon enough. I just need to teach her a lesson with a little prank. I won't do anything foolish that might earn you her suspicion. Come, try to remember. Where have you been sleeping? Everything went completely white and my mind stopped. God, I just don't understand why such evil songs are being used. Once again, that tingling sensation stood up my body. Isn't it interesting to think that that tingling sensation, it actually gives you the indication that Yasuda, this is embellished truth. The actual truth is, I feel that she is actually feeling a sensation of the fact that, you know, a sensation that is of pleasure about disproving the fact that a human could have done a crime and proving the fact that a witch could have. Once again, that tingling sensation slid up my body. I could feel it all gather in the fingers of both of my hands. and come out of the tips of my fingers. Yeah, so a total feverish state. It was an unfathomable, indescribable, unknown sensation. Yeah, fair, yeah. Yeah. My head went blank and I couldn't think at all. I could do nothing but abandon my soul to the sensation. Yeah, that is interesting. I finally understood. Yeah, this is key, by the way. Yeah. Isn't that ironic? I finally understood this is what it's like to use magic. Yeah. Well, not really to use magic. Isn't it so funny to think that she is literally disproving, you know, how magic can actually be used, but by well, no, I see. She is using magic by creating a crime that is impossible for humans to do. Even though she is not actually using magic. Come, try and remember. Where have you been sleeping? My finger was moved like a puppet and danced around as though I was conducting music. I never knew that having my body move without my control would be so exciting. Sure, that is so weird. Yeah, when Berthold lifted my finger as if a string was attached to it. The keyring lying on the bed stood on end. Yeah. Bet in Essan didn't notice. Neither did us in Essan. Yeah, interesting that. Yeah, and isn't it really quite interesting to think that those people have, you know, they've been speaking happily with each other. They haven't actually noticed anybody talking, because obviously Gap's voice would have been heard if it was truly coming out of Yasuda's mouth. They were fully occupied by their happy chat as they cleaned the room. I doubt that either of them would have dreamed that a witch was right behind them, readying herself to... Oh my god, no, seriously, I think if you were sane, then you wouldn't. Readying herself to use magic. They probably couldn't even imagine the keyring doing a little dance. Yeah. The keyring doing a little dance right behind their back. Yeah. It was like a cartoon fairy tale I'd seen once as a kid. Oh. The happy way the keys danced and spun made it look as though they had a will of their own. I like that, yeah. I can feel the fun of making those keys dance with my fingers wash over me. Yes, this is pleasure. As I powerlessly watched the witch control me, I couldn't help but surrender myself to this new joy called magic. And isn't that interesting? I think this is totally relevant because of the fact that basically it's saying that this is completely embellished truth, like I said. But the only thing is, what is happening here is she is powerlessly watching the emotion of making it so that there are impossible things that have happened that, you know, can't actually be proved by human tricks. You know, she enjoys it, and it's just interesting, you know, this is not the witch. This is literally a metaphorical... Well, this is literally a desire to... I mean, sure, it's metaphorically a witch, and you could think that it's an illusion controlling her, sure, but then... I think the stuff about the whole lack of control of body is complete fabrication. The logical side of her has a lack of control of the body, but the witch-related side definitely does have control, because of the fact that, you know, the witch side is trying to make it so that a crime that can't be proven by human-related means is happening. And isn't it interesting to think that she has this feverish desire that, you know, this just absurdly energetic and passionate feeling. Yeah, and that feeling, that thrill is never going to go away, and I'm sure that's going to continue even when she is murdering everyone here. Whoops, that won't do. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Whoops, that won't do. If the whole ring disappears, my friend will be suspected again. All we need, yeah, is another set of keys. Yeah, definitely, yeah. All we need, yes, we just need the key to this room to disappear. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, yeah. Berthold can control my fingers, controlling the magic, and thereby controlling the keys. Yeah, isn't it interesting? I just find it so genius how Yukishi doesn't tell us what has actually happened. He just still makes us figure it out, but at the same time, you know, it's just so hard to actually find out how. Yeah, the keyring slumped down on the bed, and then just the mansion's master key stood on end. Yeah, so that's going to be the one that's going to go. Well, now, what should I do with this? Merely erasing it would be quite boring. Merely erasing it would be quite boring, so... Yeah, why don't I throw it into our locker? Fair, yeah. This is just a reflection of Yasuda's thoughts, by the way. That would give my friend, who's been working here with her the whole time, a splendid alibi. Come, try to remember. By the way, what I find really interesting is Yasuda wants to inspire change in people by making crimes that are completely impossible for humans to actually commit. Battler, think about that, and the sin. Come, try to remember, where have you been sleeping? Yes, it was a warm, dark place. Yeah, the inside of Belune's locker. Jesus Christ. Well, isn't it really quite ironic to think that, you know, it's just so easy to actually steal the key here because of the fact that, you know, what's her name? Yasuda is there, and, you know, Belune and Asune, they're just happily chatting. They don't see her whatsoever. Yeah. When Beato snapped her fingers, the key burst and became a gold butterfly. A gold butterfly. I see it's gold because she's the Golden Witch. Yeah, who gave the master all of his gold. By the way, I find it really interesting. Why is Beatrice personified like, you know, Castiglione Beatrice? Why the hell does Yasuda know about Castiglione Beatrice? That's what I don't get whatsoever. And why, when, you know, Maria, for example, in episode 2, the scene where Rosa and Maria see Beatrice, why does she look exactly like the human Beatrice? That's my concern. Oh my god, that is a really good question, actually. We're going to find out in this story, I'm sure. And butterflies are scared of spiderwebs. Yeah. So it's a gold butterfly. The minions of the witch Beatrice are gold butterflies. Yeah. I agree. After flitting into the air, it burst into a shower of gold sparks and disappeared. Wow. And then the vanished key was in Belune-san's locker. Though it was far away, in a changing room locker, I could tell exactly how it had happened. Yeah, it wasn't by sight or by touch. It was by some other sense inside my heart, which couldn't be explained by the 5 senses. Yeah, a completely new sensation I'd never felt before. It was the completely alien concept called magic. Completely unknown pleasure that left me in a... Yes. Could you imagine if this murder is actually... if this serial murder is actually done by just, you know, sadism caused by magic? I mean, that would be ridiculous if it was only done in pursuit of making it so that, you know, a crime impossible to commit has actually occurred. That would be absurd. I love that. God, this part of this theme is so good. Oh, I love Patchwork Chimera. It's got to be in my top 5 favourite Umineko Lost. Isn't it interesting to think that this butterfly was probably there just by coincidence, but that is what Yasuda saw, so as a result of that, that's been the story that has been adopted. That's enough, my friend. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's enough, my friend. I'll give this body back to you. Yeah, because of the fact that the crime is done, there is no reason for you know, the persona that sort of feels as if there is a feeling of magic that is enough to be entranced by, and that is totally taken over by the desire to, you know, replicate it, really. Yep, and now Yasuda is going to go out back to herself because of the fact that there is no opportunity to, you know, create magic. It felt as though I had been spinning through space until gravity suddenly came back and threw me to the ground. Like when you're having a great dream but you wake up suddenly. Oh no, I see that, yeah. Yeah, that is interesting. I just genuinely can't believe that she is using magic and yet, or she is thinking about using magic and yet her impression about what is actually happening is completely distorted. No, the narration is completely distorted. Like when you're having a great dream, but you wake up suddenly and you remember about the dream that it was fun. Yeah, that sort of lonely feeling. So obviously you can't remember anything of what you actually did, but at the same time, you know, you remember the core concept. You know, the fact that it was fun, the fact that it really, really made you entranced and feverish beyond belief. I mean, my God, you've got to be so absurdly excited to think, you know, if you have, you know, tingling in your spine and also just like, you know, tingling in your fingers, all the cells in your body tingling. I mean, that must be weird. Though Berto had been borrowing my body. Oh no, that's not the case whatsoever. And this is where illusions like this become dangerous. Though Berto had been borrowing my body, it was my own body that used magic. Yeah. This is the worst thing. This is the separation. The separation that as a result of this separation, one may refuse to, you know, figure out the reason why a problem's actually happening, and they may not be able to blame it on themselves, and they may not be able to realise that they are the person who is in the wrong, really. I can still feel that sensation in my hands. Yes, you could still feel the excitement for replicating magic. Yeah, yes. The keyring over there had danced along with the movements of my fingers. No, that's not quite it. The keyring and my fingers had danced together. Yes, agreed. That fun, that excitement, still tingled slightly in my hands. Yeah. Ah, whoops, that was close. Saying this, Bedonessan suddenly turned around and picked up the keyring she had thrown down on the bed. Oh, yeah. She must have realised that I was staring at it. How I like that, yeah. Almost had Yasu complain that I shouldn't leave keys lying about like that. Even though it was literally in the bed before that happened. Almost had Yasu complain that I shouldn't leave keys lying about like this. I'd never put something down and forget about it. With a grin, she put the key back into her pocket. Oh, wow, yeah, there isn't a key. However, she still hadn't how can you be that stupid, genuinely? However, she still hadn't noticed. She probably couldn't even imagine that just a single key had vanished. while her back was turned for a second. Yeah. Right, theory time. So what has happened is Yasuda has replaced the keys while they weren't looking, because that's simple. She's replaced, you know, Bedone's key, she's put it in her pocket, and then, you know, obviously the empty key ring's there. So then what she has done, she's done this before. Wait, no, hang on a second, no. Yeah, she's got Bedone's key here. I think what she's actually done is, she hasn't unlocked her locker before, she's gone afterward. No, but the only thing is it was impossible for her to actually do it. Then again, she could have been sneaky. Yeah, I don't really get anything about the locker. Unless if it was somehow done before. If she had somehow stolen her keys before, unlocked the locker, and then, you know, put it in. But then again, how would she close the locker? I don't know. Maybe it's reliant on the fact that, you know, this person is dressed and wouldn't know that it was locked. I don't know. The locker doesn't explain all of this. It's a bit of an inconsistency. No, it isn't really. You can easily solve that. Yeah, so you put Yasuda's keys there instead so that you can actually lock the door. You can actually lock the locker again when, you know, the key's actually inside. And then what you do is you switch the keys before you give them to Bedone. However, she still hadn't noticed. She probably couldn't even imagine that just a single key had vanished while her back was turned for a sec. Yeah, definitely, yeah. It's not easy for a human to do things like that, no. But with magic. With just a little dance of the keys and a butterfly popping. Yeah, definitely, yeah. It disappeared. Okay, fingertip inspection. Bed, okay. Curtain, okay. You should not be allowed to have a job. Tools, okay. Oh god, somebody's realised. And keys too. Yeah, that shows the validity of this. See? Nothing wrong, right? Yes, that's good. Then let's go on to the next room. Ah, Bedone-san. You know what you've done, and you were insinuating as much suffering as possible on the victim. I just genuinely can't believe that you have the keys in your hand and yet you were that ignorant. Oh my god, yes, that's good. Now let's go to onto the next room. Ah, Bedone-san, could you lock this room up for me? Sure. Did Bedone-san's key really disappear by magic? Was that fun magic just a daydream I had? No, it can't be. I was so scared of that being true that I tested it. Yeah, it isn't. No, it isn't. Why are you taking so long? Huh? Oh my god. Gosh, he sounds shocked. Wait, are you kidding me? What's wrong? Yeah, it's not this one. And it isn't this one. Huh? What the? What is it? Yeah, do you want me to close it? Okay. I don't get it. What's going on? Yeah, master key is gone. Just my master key is gone. Why? Yeah, that is interesting. So to actually get the master key off, I'm assuming there has been a lot of time and effort. Yeah, there's no way it would just come off. I still think it's a swapped key set because of that piece of evidence. Yeah, I can faintly feel that tingling sensation run across my fingers again. Oh yeah, understandable, yeah. And this leads to a bad path. It truly does, if you ask me. That night. Yeah, as I gazed at the ceiling from the bed in my dorm room, I looked at my hands. I couldn't sleep. Yeah, that is interesting. The excitement from the time those keys danced was still there in my fingers. Is this how Beatrice, how witches, always feel? Yeah, I suppose so. Then again, not all the time, obviously, because of Game Master related people, especially for Beatrice. You know, she doesn't feel excited. Well, she probably does, but she feels more a sense of, you know, urgency to be able to, you know, commit the best crime without any logic errors. The excitement, I couldn't sleep. The excitement from the time those keys danced, yeah, was still there in my fingers. Is this how witches always feel? I have a friend who's a witch called Beatrice. She always used to pull pranks on me with her strange music. Oh, magic even. Yeah, because I saw this all the time. I thought I knew what magic was. I suppose you don't know it until you've actually tried it for yourself. Yeah, but today, she had possessed my body and used magic with it. No, she has not possessed your body. You need to stop thinking that. The sensation of magic that I had finally felt at the time still held my heart entranced. Yeah, it was a completely unknown pleasure. And isn't it really interesting to think that the obsession of mystery novel-related media that she's actually consumed has actually resulted in her wanting to try out the crimes that she has potentially read and, you know, felt inspiration from. And yeah, this is going to lead into deadly things. This is all the beginning of the murder and the temptation to do it. After all, by moving my fingertips, I can make the key dance as I wished. Yeah, but obviously not with magic. You can literally move your fingertips to, you know, position the key. Yeah, it was a strange miracle of magic, something humans could not do. Yeah, I couldn't still let go of that excitement. Shannon. Are you awake? Oh, that's interesting. She's going to talk to Shannon about it. Are you awake?
Oh. Nani?
What is it? Yeah, Shannon was still awake. Ah, yeah, Shannon is always early to bed, early to rise. By getting to bed early, all of her weariness disappears the next day. Yeah, definitely, that's good. Yeah, she lives a model life, one that all servants should respect and admire. No, I see that, yeah. If I want to become a loved, respected servant like Shannon. Fair. Yeah, I need to act that way too. However, I was... Oh, yeah, interesting. However, I wasn't confident that I could do that anymore. I guess I can't become like you after all.
どうしたの?
What do you mean?
突然.
Yeah, this is a bit abrupt. You are my ideal, always. Yeah. Everyone in the Huguin house loves you and is kind to you. Yeah. Since you always played with me, you're the only friend I've ever had. Yeah, God, that's so sad, yeah. And you're also a wonderful servant who can carry out any task in the Ushinomiya mansion both flawlessly and gracefully. Yeah, true. You were the target I longed to reach. That's what you were to me. Yeah.
一緒に頑張ろうよ.
Yeah, let's give it our all together.
石の上にも3年.
Oh yeah, seriously. Yeah. Yeah, let's give it our all together. As they say, perseverance prevails.
みんなどんどんあなたを
That's so
認めてくれているよ.
I agree though. It's completely factual as well. Everyone will grow to acknowledge you more and
だ
more.
から一緒に素敵な使用人を目指そうよ.
Ah, good for you. So let's aim to become wonderful servants together. Yeah.
私使用人辞める.
Oh, isn't that interesting? By the way, isn't it really interesting that Yasuda totally sounds like Beatrice? Seriously, I think it is so... Now I see why they had... I was always thinking, if anything, I was just kind of thinking that now alongside reading, like, why... I think it was a really bad move for the directors not to make Yasuda's voice lines included. And now you realise how fucking wrong of a statement that was. I'm going to stop being a servant. Yeah.
使用人より
Instead of a servant.
魔女の方が面白そう.
Yeah, I'd rather be a witch.
魔女って
What do you mean
何の話?
by witch?
みんなに愛されて
Bitch.
頼りにされる使用人って
I did and still do.
今ももちろん憧れるけど
I did and still do wish I could be a servant loved and relied upon by
でも
everybody.
今の私には
But right now,
魔女の方が
yeah, I want to be a witch.
憧れるの.
Even more. Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
それは
Yeah, I see. Well, that's very concerning. Huh? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Shannon was confused. Yeah, she looks it. It was hardly surprising. All this about... Oh my god, I know, yeah. All this about quitting as a servant was at least understandable. Yeah. yeah, definitely, yeah. But she didn't know how to answer after hearing that her roommate wanted to become a witch. Yeah. A witch. Beatrice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, isn't that interesting? I do wonder what's actually going to happen regarding, you know, everything that's going to happen after this, because this is a big turning point. It's just so funny to think about how similar she is to Beatrice, and, you know, the person who was actually, you know, been created by Kinzo and Beatrice is also the person who then becomes Beatrice out of complete coincidence. A witch, Beatrice. You see, today, Beatrice possessed me and used my body to do magic. Yeah. Yeah. That unknown world felt so thrilling. For fuck's sake, man. Oh no, this is a bit problematic. Why is one ear only working? I think one ear has died. For fuck's sake. Dude, this pisses me off so much. Right, sorry about this. She is going down such a bad path, and it is really, really down to Shannon to stop her now. A witch. Yeah, it was like learning about a new world. It was like learning about a new world, as though I've been living in a world of darkness all my life and thought I knew what the world was like. Oh yeah, but totally disproven. God, she sounds so mortified by it. Yeah, then finally learned what light was and saw the world for the first time. Interesting. It was joy, excitement. Yeah. Bertel would only use my fingers made a key ring dance and turn a key into a butterfly before hiding it into a locker. Yeah, but I'd understood it with my body. Yeah, because you have done all of those things and you're projecting everything that you've done onto the witch, Beatrice. If I'd moved my fingers a different way, the ring could have flown into the air instead of dancing. Yeah. And I could have turned it into a scurrying lizard instead of a butterfly. Yeah, totally useless. Yeah, I could have done anything. Yeah, true. Beatrice's magic power was still weak. It had all happened in the little world between, behind the backs of the servants, who are filled with the anti-magic toxin. What? No, they're not. By the way, isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting to think that this is something that Yasuda knows about? Where did she know about that? Is it just an idea she had? Or what? I wonder. Isn't it interesting to think that Yasuda at the moment, she just really has this false impression of the fact that, you know, if she can actually disprove human-related things, she can do anything, metaphorically, but still. Yeah. However, inside that tiny, short-lived world, I could do anything at all. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, Bertel just happened to settle on making them dance and turning the keys into a butterfly. But if she'd wanted to, she could have done anything else. No, I see that, yeah. Yes, the endless sensation of that free, unrestricted power. I can still feel it in my finger. Yeah, that's bad. Could it be that, along with that sensation, a fragment of that magical power might also remain? Yeah, so she may actually be able to begin for herself. Yeah, I can tell it's still there. There's still just a bit of it there, along with that sensation. Yeah, makes sense, yeah. I can do it. I can still do it. Oh. A single spot of golden light suddenly lit up in this dark room. It was right between my... Okay, that is actually really weird. It was right between my clasped hands. And the fact that Shannon can actually see it as well, that is odd. When I slowly opened them... Well, then again, this could be false narration, but still. When I slowly opened them, I could see a single dot that sparkled gold. What? Yeah, what is that? She sounds so shocked. Yeah, Shannon didn't know what the light meant. How could light appear from the bottom? No, I know that is a really good question, yeah. And yet, even with this miracle right in front of her, she couldn't understand what it was. Yeah, she just sat there with her mouth open in disbelief. However, to me, this was just the return of that bit of sensation in my fingertips. Yeah, so it's really quite metaphorical. It's showing, and yeah, I suppose that's, you know, showing it because of the fact that a fragment of gold, an indication of gold, the colour, the, you know, the metal, and, you know, the general association with magic and the witch Beatrice. Yeah, I see that, yeah. The golden dot spread out and became a small gold butterfly. It flapped its wings and scattered gold sparks about like a cartoon fairy. And yeah, that just shows how feverish she is and how significant her excitement is. Yeah, to Shannon, it probably just looked as though a gold butterfly was flapping its wings. Yeah. Of course, that alone was a miracle that she... yeah, definitely, yeah, that she could hardly grasp. Then again, it's all illusionary. Yeah, but to me, it was like a remote-controlled plane in the shape of a butterfly. Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I could control that gold butterfly however I wanted. not clumsily with... And isn't it really interesting to think that these illusions have now taken a really bad turn? They've improved Yasuda, and now they're going to totally destroy her life because of the fact that now she's feeling as if she is above everybody else because of the fact that she can do things that can, you know, make it look as if no human could possibly do them. Yeah, I can make it flap, dance, and play along through the air as I wished. I was taking a walk through the air as that little butterfly. The golden glint of it pierced the darkness of the small room as it danced about freely. No, I see that. It was an interesting, but it must be beautiful. It really must be. However, that sensation in my fingers began to weaken. Well, I suppose so. You've just had that utter sense of excitement, and then it just goes away. The second... Yeah. However, that sensation in my fingers began to weaken. Yeah, I could tell that the few magic butterfly scales... God, yeah, left of my fingers were going away. I like that, yeah. That's so nice. And isn't it really interesting? The golden butterfly is metaphorically symbolising the excitement in which she actually feels with regards to, you know, the increasing of, you know, the whole occult-related things and, you know, magic. And, yeah, she can basically control the representation of her magic. So, yeah, as a result of that, it just indicates that, you know, she is in full control of the extent in which she can actually take, you know, the whole, you know, doing things that were above the capability of a human being, really. She is in full control of what she can do. That's so beautiful. I suppose now, after the excitement, you're just tired and nothing else remains. Finally, the gold butterfly flashed and turned to dust, like a firework run out of juice, falling down and disappearing without a trace. Yeah, what on earth just happened? This is magic. It's really fun. Yeah, magic. There was still some magic left in my fingers, so I was able to use it. Yeah, but if I become a real witch, I'll be able to use it whenever and however I want to do anything. Oh yeah, now that I've learned how fun this can be. I don't want to go back to being human. Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Being a servant is just too boring. So I'm gonna become a witch. Worst mistake of your life. Seriously.
魔女になるって。
Become a witch?
待って。
Wait.
もう決めたの、シャノン。
I've already made my decision,
今日
Shannon.
まで楽しかった。
It's been
この
fun.
部屋をあげるね。
God, she's going to totally depart. It's been fun. I'll give you this
あ
room.
なた一人で使って。
You can use it by yourself
じゃあね。
later.
さようなら。
That is actually really, really interesting. So she's been totally drunken by this excitement. But what I'm actually really quite surprised about is the fact that, you know, she was initially going to go to sleep, but now she doesn't intend to. And now I feel like she's going to potentially try to... She's probably going to increase the amount of pranks and the amount of, you know, misconduct she is actually doing at the workplace because of the fact that she is entranced by this magic-related thing. Yeah, wait. What? Has Shannon called out repeatedly for me to wait? A massive planetarium swallowed me up. In the sea of the pitch black starry sky, I was alone. Yeah. We are alone here.
使用人ごっこはもうやめる。
Isn't that interesting that these delusions have basically made her lose her entire sense of self? And it's horrible, it really is. Yeah, and I'm done acting the part of the servant.
変更。
Oh yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, I'm done acting the part of a servant. I'm going to modify this world. Indeed.
了解したぞ。
Understood.
それでいかようにしたものか。
In that case, what will you do?
シャノンのような素敵な使用人も悪くはない。
Being a wonderful servant like Shannon wouldn't be bad.
魔女の楽しさを知ってしまったら。
Yeah, no, I do see that. I don't disagree, to be honest, but yeah. But now that I know how fun it is to be a witch, that feels like a boring dream. Yes, you can. Oh my god, you've done like one thing. You've moved somebody's keys in an impossible to grasp manner. And you say you were saying that you can't go back. Yeah, that is an interesting question. What happened to
シャ
Shannon?
ノンはシャノンで。これからも尊敬される使用人でいてくれれば。
God, isn't it interesting to think that as a result of her, you know, the change that she actually wants to make in her life, she doesn't care about anybody else. Doesn't care about the person that, you know, she's going to be abandoning. Shannon can just be Shannon and stay as a respected
彼
servant.
女は彼女のままで。
Yeah, she'll stay the same.
これからは私と二人で
Yeah.
は彼女だけになるけれど。
But from now on, it won't be the two of us together, but her alone.
別れは唐突にであるな。
Yeah. Yeah, farewell's a sudden. Is that not the phrase?
まあ、よい。
Very well.
気まぐれな方が人生は退屈せぬというもの。
Yeah. And a total encouragement from, you know, her perception of witches. It's just so interesting to think that, you know, the things that she was so scared of and, you know, she was so intimidated by in her childhood have just totally, you know, became the ideal for her. Farewell's a sudden. Is that not the phrase? Very well. Being fickle makes life more entertaining.
どうする？
And what of
魔
you?
女がやりたい。
I want to become a witch.
ベアトがやりたい。
Yeah, I want to become Berto.
しかし我らがすでにベアトリーチェであるぞ。
But I am already
あなた
Beatrice.
が魔女で、私の友人という設定はそのままで。
You'll still be a witch and my friend.
ベアトは私ということに世界を変更する。
Yeah, I'm modifying the world so that Beatrice is me.
わらわはベアトリーチェの友人の魔女。
Yeah.
ことになるのか。
Isn't that interesting? So I'll be a witch who is a friend of Beatrice.
そんな感じ。
So that's how Gap came into existence. Gap was from the imagination of Yasuda.
だからあなたは
Pretty
今
much.
からベアトリーチェじゃない魔女。
Yeah, from now on, you're a different witch.
わかった。
I understand.
では、わらわの新しい名前は何？
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting to think what she's going to say here. I understand. Then what will be my new name? What will be my new name? That's hilarious. Yeah, I'll put that on hold until I can think of one. You'll be nameless for a while. I love that. Sorry about the trouble. Not at all, not at all. Yeah, quite literally nameless. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, this is my precious name we're talking about. Yeah, your name is literally... right now. No name. You better take your time and think carefully about it. Yeah. Yeah. You've been Beatrice's friend since she was young and couldn't use magic yet. Yeah. I think it's just so horrible to think how the legends have made her this deluded about herself and this distant from the true human being that she is. Yeah, you've been Beatrice's friend since she was young and couldn't use magic yet. When we first met each other, you'd always hide my things and make fun of me. Yeah, it's not even the case. And when Beatrice finally learns the ways of magic, I become a friend on equal footing with her. Perhaps that will make me a sort of big sister to you. I see, and when Beatrice finally learns the ways of magic, I become a friend on an equal footing with her. Yeah, perhaps that'll make me like a sort of big sister to you. I like that, yeah. Yeah, that sounds nice. What are we going to do about how we talk? Oh, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Yeah, Beatrice's voice of that is that of a woman of high station. Shall I give that to you? Oh my god, that's going to be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I'll inherit the way she talks. Isn't that interesting? So that is actually where... Indeed, I comprehend. Or perhaps I shouldn't say it like that. Yeah, I'll need to find a good way to sound like Beatrice's big sister, like witch friend. Yeah. Or should it be? Indeed. Doesn't sound very natural whatsoever here. No, there's a nice dignified voice. Okay, then how about... No, wait. Yeah, isn't that interesting? This is just the title, you know, beginning of the formation of it, really. Okay, then how about... No, wait. Then what of my appearance? Good point. I've got sort of a blood red witch look. Why not choose a different colour for yourself? Yeah, that is going to be interesting.
ベアトリーチェは夜の屋敷を徘徊するとき、白い人影の姿をすることが多い。
Hang on, I've just got to see something, because... No! Oh my fucking god! Oh, for fuck's sake! I want to kill myself. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm so sorry. Right, I've just got to see how long. Oh shit. Wait, do I actually have time to finish this? Yeah, okay, I can do that later. Right, yeah. I think I'll read this, tomorrow, because, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this is a really quite, you know, exciting concept, and I've just, I don't know. I'm kind of getting a little bit bored now, so, yeah, I think tomorrow I really, really want to just, you know, go in with a new mind, with a fresh head, and, you know, it's going to be very, very interesting just to see how the changes of Beatrice are actually going to happen, because firstly, we've seen, you know, Beatrice and how her voice is going to change, so, secondly, I really wonder what we're going to see, and I wonder how it's going to follow. I'll inherit the way she talks. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting tomorrow. That was really fun just seeing the beginning of Yasuda's change. Oh my god, man. Yeah, god, that was so interesting. And you know what actually really, really scares me with regards to Yasuda? You know, just how this obsession for making it so that you have committed something that is just completely impossible for a human being to actually do. How that obsession is going to lead into, you know, her complete madness. Because let's be honest, you've got to be fucking insane to kill 19 people. And, you know, while maintaining the rationality of, you know, the detective-related closed rooms and mystery novel-related closed rooms. Yeah, it is going to be really interesting to see how it actually progresses. And man, that was cool today. I really enjoyed, you know, just seeing all of the stuff regarding. It was really quite sweet seeing, you know, Yasuda's progression, and it was just interesting to see how, you know, the whole witch-related stuff changed. So we had, you know, the beginning of the witch-related stuff, which, you know, wasn't really that bad. It was innocent, and it did. You know, like with what Kumasawa did, you know, it was just an innocent way of getting a kid to, you know, become more responsible. And it's just interesting to think that the beliefs of these witches have actually made it so that, you know, she's been characterized so much by them that, you know, she believes in all of it. And as a result of that, she is going to completely dirty herself. And, you know, she is going to become a horrible, horrible person as a result of it. And I really do wonder, you know, it's interesting to think that whatever Battler has done, that is going to then cause her pain. So I wonder, you know, she's probably then going to use her desires to create the perfect closed room, and that pain is probably going to be what causes it to create murder. I find it so interesting to think that she probably never really had a concept of who she truly was. As in, you know, for example, Beatrice saying, who am I? And that's just indicated in the fact that she literally, well, firstly, has a literal other self within her. But secondly, you know, the fact that there is a witch, and, you know, it's just as if Gap has just totally taken control of who she is. And it's just interesting to think that she has no concept of self because of the fact that she needs to become a witch to be able to satisfy who she truly is, if you see what I mean. God, it was really interesting today, and, yeah, I think it's going to be really nice just to see how this actually you know, continues. Oh, I loved seeing the stuff regarding the servants and, you know, just all of the lessons and, you know, all of the emotions and stuff like that. That was really good. And, you know, just also seeing, you know, how they progressed and seeing the servants off. That was, yeah, it was really interesting. And I'm really excited to see how this progresses, honestly, because this next part is going to be fucking interesting. I think a lot of Yasuda's story at the moment, I won't deny it has been good, but I don't think it's... I think most of it has been really good, but I don't think it's been the best. I think I give it like a 7 out of 10, maybe 6.5 out of 10 so far. So yeah, I feel like whatever's going to happen next, when the pain comes in and when the psychological shit comes in, yeah, that's probably when it's going to get good and when it's going to get to the peak of Umineko. So, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, see ya.